What's up? What's up? Top of the morning, evening, afternoon, and good night to one and all. It is Sunday, April 7th, my Father's Day. My father's birthday. How's everybody feeling today?
Good.
Very good.
Every- wow, everybody's fucking excited to be here. Great. Everybody's good?
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
Thank you. So you said it's your father's birthday today?
Yeah, it's his birthday. I think he's dead. I think
Did he call you? He didn't call you to
If he's dead, it's
Why
difficult
would
to
he
make a
call-
phone call.
First off, why would he call me on his birthday? Isn't it our job to call the person that it's their birthday?
Yes, you're right, but from my understanding, it seems like your dad is a little bit, what's the word, like selfish, narcissistic, and about himself, right? So you would
A
think
lot
that
like
he
me.
would.
Sure.
Well,
Yeah.
no, because I think it's worse.
Oh yes,
I think it's.
100% agree.
Oh, okay. So all right.
Oh yeah, no. I thought you were gonna say because he's on his last legs, and that would have been pretty accurate too. If I was on my last legs, and this might be the last year that I'm here, I'm just gonna go ahead and get things in order. I would at least call my kids and be like, "Listen, fuckface, you ain't getting shit. I just wanted to give you a call and let you know if there's $4.2 million and you're not getting a damn red cent of any of it. Don't show up to my funeral because I'm being burned after I die in a hospital on the bed." Like, that's what I would do. But then again, it kind of reminds me of who my father is. So do you guys have any hot topics? Because I got a pretty big one when I woke up this morning.
Then I want to hear your big one.
Oh,
Yeah.
No. If you guys got topics, by all means, please don't make me carry this all alone. I mean, I'm strong, but my shoulders ain't that strong. What do you got? Thank you, John. Thank you so much. And thank you, Alicia. Thank you, Lance. What do you guys got? You seem like you have something on the tip
It's
of your
always
tongue.
nice when you one up everybody else.
Yes, it is. Hey. Hello?
Hello. Because
Are you
posted
reading
it.
notes on the table like Spade does when he's doing his video?
No. I have a teleprompter. I invested a lot of money in my suite.
Oh, okay, so it's above the camera then. Thank you, Matthew. You said I poke, I poked. I poked. Never look down at notes. Look up at notes. You look like Biden trying to search for the fucking answer. Somewhere along in this room, there's something I should be reading. Maximum capacity 250 US. Us. Go.
I
Damn,
don't like to
what he
brag,
found.
but I like to think that my English is way better than Biden's English.
Okay, fair enough.
A little bit.
Thank you.
A little
Thank
bit.
you, Chelsinator. Okay, so
A
what do you
little bit.
got? Because I got a pretty good one.
Almost feels like we're being appreciated here with those donations.
Almost.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
I mean, even though it's the same people, except for Chelsinator.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
You
That's
guys
probably
just
get
bought
the comment.
yourself a half an
That's what
hour.
happens. You just need one person to make everybody else feel special. Like that's all it takes. Is you're walking down the street, you're having a shitty day, and a little 5-year-old kid that's got kind of ice cream on his face from eating his ice cream cone. He's got an extra one. And he hands it to you. Like that's gonna make you feel special because you're gonna give me your second ice cream cone. Yeah, my dad says I'm too fat. Oh, then I'll be fat. Then let me have your ice cream cone. That would be nice. That would be sweet. I feel like we need more children to hand out ice cream cones to grown-ass grumpy people like Matthew. What do you guys have? You guys have to have something. Am I just gonna take it away?
Take it away, Jay.
Because your motivation is like a fucking 0. I'm on 10. You guys are on 2.
Yeah, but yours is usually better than ours.
Oh, that's fine. So today I was putting my fucking pants on, right? I said, I know these. Well, my shorts. I know these shorts from somewhere. I wore these before. And then I felt like I am a part of something that I don't know if I care that I'm a part of it, but I'm now a part of the uncancel the canceled crew. So my shorts I like dearly. They are a special place in my heart because they're comfortable, they're cargo, they're long. They're also manufactured and designed by Sean John, which is also
Nice.
known as Puff Daddy. So as I put those on today, I said, should I throw these shorts out? Absolutely not. I don't care how many kids he diddled. These pants feel fucking good, right? So that was my mindset. I'm wondering how many people wore Kanye's Yeezys, or I don't know, and it either brought the value of those shoes up or it brought the value of those shoes down.
Down.
Where's my sneaker crew at?
It did absolutely nothing. They either stayed the same. They didn't go down. Nothing went down just because
Wow, that is interesting. So I can sell my used shorts for the same price at which I bought them at.
I guess you could say that depending on how much they were worth. I mean,
Well, they weren't super expensive, but I mean, for shorts.
well, no. I'm not saying what you paid for them. I'm saying if they were such a limited quantity that were made, that would give them some sort of
Value.
value.
Yeah.
I understand. So, yeah, because they're made by Sean John. And when this whole thing was going down, I don't really like accusations because no one really knows if any of it is true. It just kind of spirals out of control, kind of like it did with the vaping. Remember? With the vitamin E acetate.
Oh.
It took off, and then people were getting cancer, and then even vapors were questioning whether or not the shit was bad, and they just got lucky. So it's kind of the same thing with the diddles. Right, that's what I'm going to call them from now on, P Diddles, just because it sounds great. But I just want to put it out there, though. Oh God, this is such a gray area. It's a gray area, but he didn't really diddle any kids. It's not an Epstein situation.
Have you seen that Diddy's son is also accused of?
Yeah, but
Well,
And diddling
accused
the
of what?
whole
Okay, wait. Let's be clear. Okay, let's make sure we're clear. When you say accused, are you saying legally accused, or are you saying accused by civilians?
By civilians.
In a sexual in a lawsuit.
There's no actual lawsuit right now.
Yes, there is. There's two.
There is.
Yeah, but not for his son. He was Brother
Sean
Love
Diddy
was.
Jr.'s son Christian accused of sexual assault in lawsuit. CNN.
Oh
No, 7 hours ago, the entertainer has not been formally charged or accused by federal prosecutors of any crime. All right, so there, boom, get that out of the way. Let's just get that out. We're not taught. This is not an Epstein situation. Okay, this is Bree didn't like how our shit turned out. She sued me. When we broke up. That's Cassie. You guys remember 1 2 step, 1 2 step, 1 2 step. You know the song, right? Cassie and Misdemeanor.
yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
the one-hit wonder. I see why you suing people. I could see, if the people were like, hey, we're the monkeys. They went around suing people. You had one hit. I get it. You got to get your money back. I understand.
Faded away.
Now, I know what people are going to say is, Jay, you're sticking up for the diddler. I like his pants. And
that can't be the only reason.
I
That can't be the only
feel
reason.
that the same people that stick up for BLM that are white are the same thing that I'm doing with the diddles. It's the same thing. I
Nice.
am saying that I feel guilty for buying his pants. Therefore, I'm going to support my previous endeavor of buying your pants, and I'm going to support you, Diddles. I got you. And I hope that after this is all done, and since Macy's, this is a message to the Puffs. I'm hoping that when you pulled out of Macy's because they heard about your allegation back in 2023, no big deal. Holler at your boy. I'll pick up all the rest of your diddling shorts. All
In
of
a
them.
specific size.
Yes, in size 38 to 40. I will take every pair of shorts you have because I'm sure you have an abundance. because everybody pulled out when the original allegations dropped. I think in 2022 or 2023. But everybody's going crazy with it. Even me on Facebook, I got the diddler up with the question marks everywhere. I got little diddler with the little Debbie cakes. Like I'm embracing it because it's cute. I don't see anything wrong with that. But they're saying him and R. Kelly. There are some similarities. But you don't think that this goes on with all celebrities?
Of course it does.
Probably.
It's just that
The only thing-
nobody has put it out to the public.
And
only
not
thing is,
everyone has a clothing line.
It is pretty.
Or alcohol.
Yeah.
How do you
Or
say
music.
It's happening a lot lately.
Good.
Diddlers are coming out of the woodworks left and right. Famous people.
Well,
being
you know that
accused
they
of
ain't doing it because they're dropping a new album. You know what I mean? Like, it's not good. Like, it's not just fresh hit
the
coming
reason-
out. Go ahead and hit me with those charges.
Could the reason be because we kind of forgotten about Epstein? So let's just bring these new things to.
But
'cause
those
nothing
new-
ever happened with him.
But these things, wow.
You know what I mean. Like not in the sense where, like, what happened to the people that were that should have been charged who were at the island who did things that were
Powerful
questionable.
people in powerful places.
Yeah.
And so that's why they attacked, Brother Love, because he's not as powerful as they are.
Is Brother Love a code name for a black hip hop artist that makes his
No.
own shorts and vodkas?
No, you said you were going to call him Diddler. Well, Brother Love is one of his other names.
No, I don't
goes
know
by
that
many
one.
names. Yeah.
No,
Brother
I'm not
Love.
going to call him the Diddler. That's already been done. I'm calling him Diddles.
Oh, no.
Pete
Oh, okay.
Diddles. Yeah.
I like calling him Brother Love. It sounds more.
Brother Love to me sounds like a wrestler from 1985 that fought Ultimate Warrior for the WWF Championship belt. Brother Love. He's got an
Brother Love.
afro and he eats chitlins.
Nice.
It also sounds a little gay.
No, that was
Well,
the
but-
80s. It happened all
He's
the time
been known
in the
to
80s.
experiment. But I kind of felt bad because I was looking at the label, like legit. I was looking at the label. I said, shit, Sean John. Long time no see, brother. How do I feel about this? I felt real good putting those shorts on.
But you like the product. That doesn't mean that the person, just because the person
Wow.
is whatever they did.
And he designed it. He didn't make the pants.
He didn't
There's
even
a-
design it. He had paid somebody to design
Okay.
it.
And then there's a small chance that he probably didn't diddle the kid that made the pants in the first place.
There's
So
a
you
high
could-
chance
Whoa.
he didn't. There's a high chance he didn't diddle the kid that made
yeah.
these pants. I mean, it's
See?
pretty fucking
You're
it's
good.
plausible. The kid was probably in Malaysia. He's in the United States diddling some other shit. Last thing he's worried about is going to Malaysia with the kid with the rice hat on. Right? Like it's the last fucking thing you want to do. Get something local, traffic in some kids. I don't know. I'm just saying
And
that.
you don't want to see your production go down.
Of
Because
course.
you're
So
constant-
don't diddle the kids. Let the kids get the bowl of rice. It's equally as fun for him. He gets dinner and he can make those shorts. Now I'm wearing them. See how they could travel across the world, and I feel all that just by putting the pants on. That's a nice feeling. Puff, if you do watch this though, just a heads up, you should have made them a little shorter because I don't know if I'm wearing shorts or capris. I'm gonna just go on a limb and say that they're probably short capris, but you could have just brought them up 3 inches.
It's that kid in Indonesia with the scissors. I mean,
Malaysia, Indonesia's too
Malaysia.
racist. Yeah,
Oh,
Indonesia, they're worried about making vape mods.
oh yeah, and ripping people off, right?
Yes,
Phone scams and
that's
wrong
typically a
country.
Malaysian thing. No, Indonesian. I don't know. They're both from Asia, so everybody's a culprit. Anyway,
They should make a new short right now with hidden compartments to hide evidence.
like keys and shit.
Yeah, keys
Everything.
to certain basements. Sure.
I love
Make
the
it
idea.
where they seal really well, so they're diddle proof, so you don't leave stuff behind.
Diddle proof. They have that already. There's these little strings on the side. You just kind of
Drawstring.
tighten that up and then boom.
Oh,
Yeah,
I never
thought
understood
of
what
that.
that was for.
You're not even diddle dropping. You're diddle free because you're tightened up your diddles.
I don't get what those drawstrings are there for.
It's for the diddling, anti-diddles.
So he was a visionary. He knew that in 20 years.
He knew.
He knew in 20 years he was going to get.
He predicted this shit. He knew what was going down. Yeah, so I mean that's kind of the rundown of it. Is Cassie with some shit, and I'm not saying it didn't happen. I don't know, but the amount of ruthlessness on the internet is.
People are quick to judge.
Do you think that celebrities, right now, do you think that the Puffs is somewhere right now looking up some shit, right? Like, do you think he's pooping on the toilet eating a taco, or do you think he's like nervous in a hotel somewhere in Cancun?
He's
think he's
taking a
nervous.
crap eating a taco. That's what he's doing. He doesn't care.
Yeah, I
Because
would probably do the same thing.
The other day they saw him
Making
bike riding.
a
He
new
was
short.
bike riding in Miami.
It is kind of hard to get away from it, right? It's all over the place.
But that's
Yeah,
why
I'm
you have
saying, do you
publicists.
browse the internet and see the memes of you?
Nah, he has a publicist to do that.
You're
do that
saying
for
you
him.
don't go on the internet. That's what you're telling me. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Nah,
I don't
think so.
give a shit who you are. As a celebrity, you're browsing YouTube, Facebook. There ain't no way you are going the whole damn day without looking at your phone. No fucking way. I don't believe it. No way.
I don't know. When you have his kind of money, do you really need the internet?
Dude,
When you shitting, it's not like you're going to be stepping on hundreds looking at them.
He's reading emails. He's replying to the emails.
Ah, man, I don't know about that. I don't know
He's
about that.
constant contact with his lawyer.
People thought, let me tell you something. People thought when we'll say I was famous, but we're going to use light famous. When I was lightly famous, people thought, had this conception works too, but perception that
Hello?
Who's there?
wrong house. We didn't order pizza yet.
It's too early. It's 10 o'clock.
wrong house. We didn't order pizza yet.
There you go. That's it. So I forgot what I was saying. I don't even know. I forgot, what was it saying?
About him pooping and you reading his emails.
Oh, people
Not
thought
using
they had
the
this
internet.
perception that when I was famous that I was always busy. You know, always busy. Like I woke up, I was checking text messages, or I woke up and I was making a video. Let me tell you something. That is so further from the truth. I woke up and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing today? But people had this idea that because you're famous, you're just busy all the time. No, you ain't. It's not like I'm filming a new movie for Netflix today, right? Like, Diddy ain't dropping no albums anytime soon. So, it's not like I'm sure he's got something he could do, but damn well he plays PlayStation or something, plays Xbox or a PC game. They're people just like you and me. So
Yeah.
to assume that the Diddles is out diddling some shit, probably not. It's just, you can't tell me you don't. First off, that dude looked like a fucking alien. I'm just gonna put that out there. That he doesn't even look like a human being. His head is shaped like a diamond. That's interesting. Like you didn't even get fat around. You got fat on the top. I don't even know how that works. Like, how do you keep this skinny and all the fat goes to the top of your head? That's a hell of a head tuck. Like, let me show you what I'm talking about.
Hell of a head tuck.
Where do you see this guy's head? God,
Yeah, it's
dog,
weird.
you are headstrong, man.
Your head's strong.
It's all that brotherly
he
love
was,
up there.
when he went to school, he was ahead of his class. Like, this dude's got a fucking head on him, man. God, dog, look at that head. Don't get ahead of yourself. Hold on.
It's kind of diamond shaped.
Wait, hold on. There's even a worse one.
with his longer hair when he's got that longer afro?
I don't even know what.
Alien.
I can't even find it, bro. It was so bad. He's just a funny looking dude, man.
And he's small.
Take that. Here you go. Look at his head. How do you get that? That's not even a good feature. Do you see it?
Ooh.
Do you see how big?
Yeah.
Something ain't right. Usually that's a sign of a big brain or something, right? No?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it?
Well,
I don't know. I thought so. I mean, something will tell you if you got a big head, you probably got a big brain, right?
Well,
That doesn't mean that you're smarter though.
I didn't say he was smarter.
Yeah.
I just said that he got a big brain.
I know some abnormalities that kind of tend to have a big head, so that's
You
not.
mean like a retard?
Yeah, for instance.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, we're not PC sensitive here, Spade. We left that for you last week. We're just trying to make up for all your liberalism last week versus now.
That actually makes you wonder, right? Would they have people like that walking around?
Who's dead?
What do you mean?
Aliens? Or
No,
retards?
retards that diddle.
Aliens.
Wait, are you saying someone who's retarded is also a diddler?
Yeah.
No.
Why wouldn't that be in the realm of possibilities?
Well, it is a form of retardation if we're keeping it real, right? I mean, normal people don't do that. So,
Yeah. I'm just saying. Well, why wouldn't it exist?
why
As a
wouldn't one exist?
possibility.
Diddling or retarded?
No, diddling
animals?
exists. I've seen it.
Yes. What?
No.
What do you mean you've seen it?
You seen not real life, but you've seen people going to jail for it. It exists.
Oh, so you haven't
Oh.
seen, but you don't know what happened. You're just going by just what's put on the table. He's guilty. Oh, he diddled.
Well, I
Well-
assume there's enough evidence to actually prove, and then you get convicted.
You wouldn't raid.
right? I
Yeah,
hope
you wouldn't
the
raid
justice
someone.
system-
You wouldn't raid someone's house if you didn't have enough evidence to raid the person's house.
Yeah, but see, that's questionable because if someone's going to raid a house, right? I don't think it has anything to do with what the accusations are in the lawsuit, right? Unless there's things we don't see. Why would you go take all of their? Maybe that's why he's not on social media because he had to go get a new phone.
Or he's actually
They-
behind all the good memes, and he's making money.
They
Imagine.
usually raid the house because they want to find evidence.
Right, but okay. Yes. Okay, let's go backwards for a second. Let's go back. 1985. Your house gets raided. Obviously, you don't have computers. What do they take?
Files, paperwork.
Pictures, photographs.
Pictures what they're probably
Right.
looking for, right? Take the pictures,
Movies.
maybe some cameras, grab them, get out, yeah? Fast forward, 2000, whatever, plus. Everybody's got computers. What do you take?
Their computers.
Computers,
Hard drive.
phones, whatever,
Phones.
everything electronic, right? If it
Yeah.
can store any type of data, USB sticks, CDs, whatever. Maybe he had a bunch of platinum records that were on the wall, and maybe they were filled with content that is undesirable, and they stole those because there might be some data on those. I'm not being funny. I'm being serious right now. There might be a laser disc with data on it. You don't know. So maybe they take all that. Do you ever get it back?
Oh, it takes a long time.
Check this. Get ready for this. Do you ever get it back? Yes or no?
I want
I
to
would
say
say yes.
no. I would say no.
9 times out of 10, you do not. 9
It's
times
evidence.
out of 10. They will take
Even
that.
if there's no proof on it?
9 times out of 10, they will keep it. And it sits in an
That's
evidence
nice.
room.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when we're talking about something like a cell phone, yes. Computer, no. CDs, no. VHS,
What if,
no.
even
Nothing.
if I get acquitted, like you're non-guilty, even then it
That's
stays
your
9
9
out of 10?
times out of 10.
Oh.
If it's acquitted and there's if it's a mistrial, they're keeping it. If you found guilty, they're keeping it. If not guilty, it's still up in the air whether or not they would still keep it.
Like you would
For instance,
really
they
have
still
to ask
have-
for it.
They still have OJ's.
Bronco?
No.
Other glove.
I don't, that's a good one about the glove. No, something with that held digital. Was it a
Palm
camera?
Pilot?
I think it was a camera. They still have
Which
his
is the
camera.
camera.
So, and that was from what, 96, 97? And you still got it? It's been
94.
fucking 30 years, bro.
What you gonna use it
It's not
for?
like shit's gonna just blossom and bloom out of the camera board. Oh, look, here's a picture. It finally developed. That's not how that works. Like, you know, the
It took a
fuck do
while.
you still need that for? And the argument would be is, well, you're rich, right? You won the lawsuit, so you're not going to jail, so you could go buy a new camera. Yo, the amount of shit that's in evidence rooms would blow your mind. Blow your mind.
Well, they have
So-
warehouses just for that.
Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. The one when I was a cop in South Carolina, okay, for the state troopers was, I don't know, 55 acres?
Jesus.
What the fuck are we doing with this shit? Nothing. Just go ahead and take a walk through, Jay. I'll say
we just-
that. Yeah, that case is from 42. Everybody's dead from that case. You can have that. Motorcycles, bro. Old motorcycles. Well, I mean, they wouldn't just get, well. Anyway, there would be motorcycles in there. There would be bicycles, like you name it, cars, everything, bro. Why? What are you looking for? DNA?
Don't they
Plasma
auction them
TVs.
off after a certain amount of time?
No, the cars get crushed. A lot of cars get crushed.
Or
Really?
sold to police forces? They used to do that a lot in the 2000s. I don't think they do that anymore. Like
No, they
drug
got the-
raids?
Yeah.
I don't think they do that anymore. I'm just saying that they took all his electronic devices. Maybe that's why he's riding bicycles and not in the back of a limo, because they took that. They were like, look, we know you can't store no shit in the bicycle tubes. So, matter of fact, let me see that bicycle real quick. And then they let him have that. That just sucks, bro. Someone coming in and taking all your shit?
And not getting it back.
Yeah, I always thought if they find evidence on it, okay, yeah, it's gone. But if
That
there's
makes
nothing
sense.
on it, they have to give it back to you.
But even if they found evidence on it, right? Check this. You find evidence on some shit. Take it off, wipe the drive. Here's your shit back. Hard drive is empty, by the way.
Or just take out the drive.
Yeah, but then people will say that you manipulated it because you took it out of one
You know
thing
what they
and
need
put
to
it into
do?
something else.
This is what they need to do. Check this. Take the drive. Clone the drive, right? Get a warrant, clone the drive. Hand it back to him and say, listen, here's the deal. We cloned the drive. So we know everything that's on it. Now, hear me out. We know that everything's on it. We cloned it. You can either A, wipe it all off and the problem goes away, or B, you can elect to keep it and distribute it as you would see fit and then suffer those consequences. So you get a warning. I like that. Because then you would just double charge them for the same crime if they kept it. And if it's truly a mental disorder, which I don't think it is, man. I don't think what happened with him is a mental disorder. I just think you were in the wrong place, the wrong time, with the wrong amount of money.
But isn't that double jeopardy though? You
Look at
can't
Michael
charge
Jackson.
someone-
Hold on. Look at Michael Jackson, bro. Everybody remembers Michael Jackson. All the shit, all the kids he's diddling in the trees and shit and playing in Neverland and giving them candy and chocolates and shit and inviting them over and showing them his shit, his jams. Kids writing it in court, what it looks like. Look like a big-ass wart, by the way. Look at that picture. Makes you feel good about the size of your dick. You are the king of pop? Shit. Is the rest in there snap and crackle? Because that shit is tiny. Anyway, so if, like, all that shit, and what happened? Michael Jackson go to jail?
Nope.
Nothing.
What happened to Michael Jackson?
He died.
No. What are the cases?
Oh, they
They
dropped
got-
the lawsuits.
Wow.
dropped
They got settled. They got money for it.
Wow.
And then they dropped the lawsuit.
Wow. So much for justice.
Mm.
Wow.
Well, if
And
you
I
get
think he
paid and
was
drop
just-
the lawsuit, what else is there to do?
And wasn't he just on the verge of just making that money back anyway? Because he died during the preparations of another world tour, right?
Yeah, he was
The last world tour.
Jackson was bankrupt, man. I mean, he was out of money. borrowing money from Janet and Latoya. Yeah, he was not doing good. But I'm just saying, you look at somebody like that, all those cases, and we all know this, you shouldn't be diddling kids, right? So what happened with that? You don't like Michael Jackson, oh my God, and then you let your kid go back out with him. If you knew that he did some shit, what the fuck are we talking about right now? You want justice or you want money?
No, he's a walking paycheck
Money.
by then.
Okay, so you're saying that your kid is essentially a tool. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Yep.
I just want to be clear here. So money makes everything go away.
Of course it does.
Well, you
Enough
sacrifice
money
the
does.
kid to get money out of it. What
Yep.
that says about the person that does that is a completely different story.
So who's worse, the person doing the diddling or the person that's taking money to make the diddling go away?
Parents, 100%.
So you're
100%
saying
the parents,
the parent's worse than the diddler.
Yes.
because they let it happen.
The first
And then
time
they
is
got-
something else, right? The first thing is something else, right? Spade, you don't know. Even though I think it's fairly weird to trust
Obvious.
your kids with a stranger. He might be very famous, but you don't know the person. So you kind of leave them alone, which is already strange. But then, like you said, you do it again and again and again. Yeah, I'm gonna judge the parents on that.
It's the parents' fault. Any way you
Let's give
slice it.
So
So
They
there
let it
should be.
happen.
So wait. So hold on. So Michael Jackson in this case pays out money to the parents for the kids, right?
Mhm.
You're saying what? That alleviates all responsibility from Michael
No.
Jackson at this point.
No. We're not saying
No,
that. At least I'm
you're not saying that.
No.
But that's the
I-
deal,
I'm-
though. That's the deal because it's a lawsuit.
Right, but the lawsuit was not from the government. The lawsuit was from the person who wants the money. And they were to drop, if they were told, drop the lawsuit and we'll
Right.
give you X amount of dollars, then
which
that's it.
makes Michael Jackson clear.
From a
Yes.
legal standpoint, you mean?
Yes,
Just
from
purely
legal-
from a legal standpoint.
From that situation.
Well, the argument is that there's nothing that the state is doing. If the state was doing it, they're not going to cash out. Well,
No, they're not. The state's not going to drop charges just because you pay them.
Wow.
When has that ever happened?
I don't think it's a matter of dropping charges. I just think with enough of money, you can get away with murder. O.J. Simpson, right? Like everybody here knows that O.J. killed Nicole. Like everybody knows that.
Allegedly.
No,
Allegedly.
the fact of the matter is 100% you'd have to be a fucking idiot if you think that he was not guilty. Okay? You had way too much evidence, but with enough of money, not guilty.
And it's not the first time, right, Spade, that accidentally evidence gets misplaced, witnesses suddenly disappear.
Yeah. I mean, that happens all the time, right? Look at how many mobsters.
I don't
should
know
have
if
been-
that's money, though. I don't know if that's money. That might be politics. When you start seeing shit disappear,
It's they're both two
You're
hands.
buying
They need-
people. You're buying
one
people.
goes with the other. It goes with the other. You can't have one without the other.
I'm just saying. Okay. So these people that had these crimes against Michael Jackson, okay, if you're cashing out, in my mind, you're making him not guilty. Because if he was truly guilty, what do you want? You want justice? You're saying your kid has a value? That's what you're saying. Yeah, that is exactly what you're saying. Because you're saying at $5 million or whatever, $1 million, I won't do anything. And
No,
I
you were
think
saying-
with that being said, hold on, with that being said, I'm not justifying what the parents are saying, but I am justifying this, that everything has a price. Everything. You may say no. Okay. Until that money's put in front of you.
Yep.
But then you also
If
have
you
to question, right? What is true justice then? Because if it's all monetary value alone, then why even bother with sentencing?
It's not justice. It's
No,
not
but
about
if you
justice.
get paid for it, you're essentially pimping out your kid.
That's exactly what
Yeah,
it
in this
is.
specific case. Yeah, I could.
I mean, that's a bit extreme. I mean, that's a you only got one hoe then. Like that's not a good pimp.
But that's what's happening though, Jay. They are pimping
Nah,
them out like that.
no, I don't see it like that. I don't see it like that. I see it like parents need the money and or see dollar signs, and if their kid has to suffer a little bit for them to be successful, then I don't see it as that. I think that's a little harsh. And I don't think that's accurate. I think that once the money's in front of them, they might have felt like, oh, I want justice. I want justice. Here's a $10 million check. What happened to justice? Who said anything about justice? I didn't say anything. I just said put it in the bank account. I think everything has a price, bro. Everything. You think of it, it's got a price.
Yes, but so you're trading your kids' sexual favors for money.
I think there's even parents out there that would take oh God. How do I say this without being PC sensitive and without being hurtful? I think there are people that would do. I think there are people out there that would. I can't say it no matter how I say it. I'm just saying that there are people would do anything for money, depending on the value.
Sell your soul.
Also,
What would
depending
somebody
how-
do? Watch this. Watch this. Anybody in here? What would you not do? Not do. Everything is on the table for that winning lottery ticket at $1 billion.
Kill a person that I love.
No, that's not. No, you wouldn't do that, is what you're saying, because that's what
Yes.
Jay said. What
No,
you
no.
wouldn't
Yeah.
do.
No. What would you not do?
Yes, and that's what I said. That's
Right.
something
Okay.
I wouldn't do.
I wouldn't touch a kid.
Okay,
For-
I don't know why. That's okay. That you guys are picking like the weirdest shit, right? You guys are going with the extreme levels. You could be
Of
a
course.
cockroach, right? Yeah,
I'll
okay.
eat a bowl of cockroaches for $1 billion.
I went to the extremes because if you're being realistic, all the other stuff is probably on the table. With,
Right.
with that kind of money,
And you don't
gotta-
think that? So you don't think? Oh God, we got to be careful
Oh.
here. Okay, so celebrities, they be doing this weird shit. You keep hearing these things popping up where this happened then Tyson with Robin Givens, all this shit that pops up. If the problem was a problem when it happened, why wasn't it reported then? Why is it being reported now? The Michael Jackson situation. Why did it happen 5 years later or 10 years later? Why didn't it happen at that time? Because everything was good. Once that went away, now it's a problem. You don't know what you got till it's gone. Now you lose it. And you're like, uh-oh, we don't have that no more. It's time to go after him. Kind of like with me and my father the other day. Right? You guys were in there except for Spade. But I'm not saying money's tight, but I could do with $180,000. What did I do? I never called the lawyer. I never did anything. Because my integrity's too much. So now if it was $1 million, I probably still would have done the same thing. I don't think the value mattered.
Yeah, but it's more of the Me Too thing then, right? Because you see other people doing almost the same thing to other celebrities or whatever, and you kind of there's a cash prize at the end of it. So now all of a sudden you were willing, even if you were a willing participant in some of those hedonistic parties. Now all of a sudden you're gonna go, I diddled me too. Make
And you
go
have
away.
to know as an adult, right, that what you're getting yourself into, if you're using the whole Weinstein thing, right? You have, oh my God, this is such a gray stream. You have, okay, let's change the
Let's-
topic.
If you take an example, let's say an actress.
No, change. We're spending too much time on this.
Oh.
Because I've got a very specific set of things I want to say, and I'm not going to say them because I know what will happen. So we're going to change to something else. Yup. Change. Pick something.
Liked it.
What do you got? Tell me I got to come up with something else now? Come on. You guys know every Sunday we do this shit. Don't make me carry it every week.
But I would love to go not back on the subject, but more on the question. $1 million, not the $1 billion, $1 million cash on the table. What would be the thing that you said, no, I'm not doing that for that amount? You don't have to go to extremes. It could be something that you say, in Spade's case, no fish sticks. Even for $1 million, he won't eat it.
Oh, fuck out of here, bro.
Yeah, you would. For $1 million, you would. Be realistic.
But not
Look,
to save
I'm not
a life.
even taking.
How are you
I'm not-
consistent?
even if you're saying $1 million, look, I'm not.
That's life changing.
I can't say what I would or would not do. Because let's face it, no one's putting $1 million in front of me because I am the worst candidate for it. Because there's not a whole lot that you're going to say to me that I won't do for $1 million. I'll tell you that. I guarantee you, everything that you're coming up with, if I'm your last resort for $1 million, it's probably pretty dark. But yes, do you even want to hear what you have to do? Nope.
Just write it
Write
down,
on a piece of paper and put it in my pocket, and then I'll walk
That's it.
away with the check, go to the bank, and then I'll look at it and then do it.
I'll even eat the paper later on, so there's no evidence.
Okay. Good answer. Good answer.
You get
Very
these
good
people though that they're like, "Oh, I wouldn't do that." Like Jason in the chat, I wouldn't suck dick for $1 million. Get the fuck out of here, bro. You could gangbang me. $1 million. The fuck out of you are crazy. Shit.
Yeah, $1 million. But you said, Spade, it's life changing. Is it even? $1 million now is not as much as it was.
$1 million
still
to me
good.
would not save my life. No fucking way.
No.
It would pay my
No.
house off. Great.
And that's.
But it's still
yeah.
life changing. That's one thing that you won't ever have to worry about again. It's life changing.
With $1 million.
Well, who says I'm worried about it?
Nobody said that. No. I'm not saying that you're worried. I'm not saying you're worried about it in the sense where like, oh no, how am I going to be able to pay my mortgage today? But it's something like in the back of your head saying, oh, it's it's paid off. Don't worry about it. I could, instead of me spending money on making sure that I have money to pay for my mortgage, I can go and buy another car. I could go buy another bike. I could go buy another house if I wanted to. You understand? So it's not in there bothering you, like even for a little bit, it won't bother you at all. $1 million is not a small amount of money. If you told me 10 grand, I'd say, okay, that's not life changing. But even $1 million, you don't have to
Well,
worry
that depends-
about ever paying for a house ever
Depending
again.
on how much you need that 10 grand.
Yeah, it doesn't. I think the
I'm saying
concept
for me
is-
though, you understand what I'm saying? Like if you told me
Well,
10
clearly
million,
you need 10 grand because you haven't put a motherfucking thing on that back wall behind you, and that could take $10. So please,
Right.
bitch. Like, you
Right.
could get a different shirt other than the same fucking color and the same size every time. Don't talk to me 10 grand ain't life changing. You got the same fucking wall for the past 2 years.
yeah.
You want me to buy some displays for you?
No, it's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
Like a fucking, you could put an iPad on that wall. As small and as ridiculous as that would look, it's something.
Bless.
Who the fuck was that?
Sniffles.
God, dog. Sounds like she just got hippoed.
Not by me. I'm in the stream.
Yeah, I'm just saying that. I don't know. I don't think it's a matter of desperation. I think if the money's on the table, the money's on the table. We've never been put in that situation, so immediately
No.
you're like, oh, I wouldn't do this, I wouldn't do that, until I put 2 stacks in front of you. Oh.
And keep in mind, a lot of people do not as extreme stuff, but things that they really dislike for less money, and they call
And
it
do
a
it for
job.
free. Like
Yeah.
Matthew,
Yeah,
like
for
his
free.
nipples pinched with roach clips. You wouldn't be able to pay me $500 to do that.
For $1
Matthew, on the
million,
other hand, would just show you his nipples and be like, pinch him up.
But for $1 million, though, you would do that, right?
I would do it for $50.
You just said
Everything
you
has a
wouldn't do it
price.
for 500. Now you're gonna do it for 50?
One nipple, I'll do it for 50. Two nipples, $5,000. One nipple, let's get it done. I always got the other one to work with.
Huh. It goes way up for the two.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
of course. And think about it. If someone was to cut both your sack off with both testicles, that's a lot of money, right? I'm going to need a lot because I got to try to fix this, put some marbles or something in there. But if you just want to take one, $10,000, bro.
So
You know what I
50
mean?
for one.
To pinch my nipple with roach clips, I don't know, maybe $500 for one nipple. I don't know. I'm not in that situation.
What do you think, Spade? Go halfsies? Matthew? No? Nobody?
How long's it got to stay on my nipple?
Half a minute?
That's a long time, dude.
We're
Half
talking.
a minute?
Wait. We're talking roach clips, right? Like the tight alligator clips.
Those hurt. That hurts.
No, 10 seconds. 10 seconds.
Even 10 seconds
Just
is
on
a-
the whole areola or the nipple?
Nipple.
$1,000.
For the two.
No, the one. I changed my mind.
$1,500
It's gonna
for
hurt,
the
guys.
two.
I don't think you guys realize it.
Nah, bro. $5,000 for both nipples. You're better off giving me $1,000 for one. Wait 30 seconds to say I'll give you $1,000 for the
Yeah.
other. Don't
Yeah,
rip
that's-
yourself off. Know your worth. You're gonna
Technicality.
get more bang for your buck. I'm not doing it. I'm good. There's a lot of other things I'll do for $5,000 aside from alligator clip my nipples.
I mean, we could split it 3 ways.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. Nobody wants to see me go through some pain. You've already seen pain. Let's not get too dark. Stay focused. What other topics you guys got? You're not gonna tell me that you came here on a Sunday knowing that Jay's gonna carry this shit. You gotta have something.
Yeah, put them in the group.
What's up?
It's really difficult to pick the ones that are good. Just like kind of things that I come
Okay,
across.
I'll go through it.
I mean, it's coming from my point of view, like, oh, this could be interesting, but is it
Yeah.
really?
Oh.
Well, you have to make it interesting.
Yeah, I can see that.
You know what I heard? This is crazy. So apparently in Russia, because of the whole shit that's going on, did you know that you can't even pay for anything from America that's from Russia?
What do you mean? Like you can't import
So
anything?
you want to buy some shit on a Russian website, right? I don't know, something that's made in Russia. No credit card processor will let you use that credit card to check out on that site.
And the reasoning is what?
It'll help
by
from the war
boycotting the
in some
US?
type of way.
No American funds going into Russia. Not at all.
So that's large scale cancel culture then.
Yeah, that's cultural.
Well,
Well, it kind of makes sense in a way. You're not gonna buy stuff from a country. In this case, you're not directly at war but let's say if you're at war with a country, you're not gonna give them money by buying stuff from them,
you
right?
think Trump becomes president, he's going to end this whole shit with Russia and Ukraine?
Yeah.
You think so?
Well, he's got good relationships with them, so I feel like he would go in the middle and be like, "Let's figure out something down the middle," and everybody's happy.
I don't think Ukraine wants anything but 100%.
Yeah, I kind of see that way. And don't forget, their president has been everywhere to just beg for money.
Oh,
And they've given him a lot of money.
I don't
and
like it. He
resources
guilt trips
and
guilt
weapons.
trips people into giving him money.
Yep. And
And you think Trump won't do that? You don't think he'll guilt trip both sides and say, "Hey, how about this?" or "This will happen"?
No. It's always been one-sided. Uh, Ukraine has done nothing wrong, and they were, oh, that poor country. It just got invaded over nothing. Nobody is that stupid. Nobody just kind of invades to invade. It's either has resources, which it didn't, but then when it came apparent that Russia invaded Ukraine, apparently everything is made in Ukraine. Electric cars, chips, grain, everything comes from Ukraine. On the other
Best
side,
kept secret.
I've never seen that on a packaging ever. Made in Ukraine? Never. I've never seen a single product come from that
Nope.
place. I didn't even know where it was before this war started.
So you
know
say the
what,
good
though?
thing
You're
you
right.
got from this war is you know geography a little bit better.
Yes, I know your flag. I've seen it everywhere. It's ugly. Congratulations.
There was this interview with Trump where they tried to trip him up, let's say, and they asked him what he was gonna do about it, and he actually had a very good response because they were, yeah, and don't you think he's a war criminal? And he said, like, this is not the time to tell to say if he's a war criminal or not. If you want a chance to fix this, you don't go insulting the guy for being a war criminal with the chance that he's gonna get nabbed over there or put in on trial. That's just stupid. And he said, I just want to stop people dying over there,
Yeah, I saw that
Russian
one.
and Ukrainian. Actually,
Which makes
very
sense.
low to the
That's the
ground that
best
we're
solution.
trying to get him in a debate, to get him on something like that.
Yeah, because they were
That's
trying to
low.
say which side he was on, whether he was on Ukraine or the Russian side. That's what it was.
It was a stupid question to begin
What a
with.
perfect answer from him.
Yeah. But then you probably saw the interview as well, where he retorted with the fact, you think the US is that innocent? We can't judge other countries what they're doing. Look at our history. Kind of has a point. You can't point a finger to another country if you yourself history is
Have we always
not that
cancel
clean to begin with.
cultured? Have we always
Yes.
cancel cultured?
I think
No,
so.
I mean always. Like if there was, oh God, this is hard to do without the internet. But
Well, they cancel culture Jesus Christ. If you think about it, they canceled him. And not only did they cancel him, but they on top of that crucified him. Literally.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say unalive them again. And I was
And,
like,
kind of in the
oh.
Middle Ages, people were ran out of villages or shunned or whatever. So it's almost always been a thing.
Yeah.
that's not a cancel. Jesus is a good one because you're trying to stop somebody. I'm talking more on a global scale. Even though the Jesus is a good argument, I'm thinking more modern. I'm thinking more.
World War II.
No, yeah, World War II. So during World War II, were American companies still dealing with German companies during the war?
Yes.
Yeah, right?
Oh yes.
Were they?
Henry
Yes.
Ford, yeah. So
IBM?
IBM,
IBM as
yes.
well. Yeah.
So it hasn't always existed. We still dealt with the comings of the country we were at war with. When did it start?
When the USA joined the fight against, then it stopped.
Yeah.
When it was what?
When they joined the war, when they
The
entered
Allied
the war.
forces. Yeah.
Well, that's because the U.S. was not part. Like the U.S. was playing both sides during
No,
World War
what
II.
I'm asking is World War II. America gets involved, 1942, right? America's boots on ground. Did all American companies stop doing business? This would require some research.
I don't.
If the answer is no, then when did it start? I have a feeling, though, the answer is not no. That when we were still at war with Germany, there were some things we were still importing from different parts of Germany that we were not attacking.
Oh, interesting. You don't think the government would tell the companies you can't sell anything anymore? We're actually
I
at
don't
war
know.
with this country.
I don't know.
Hmm.
I'd be interested
Because
to find that out,
nowadays
though.
they do, right?
Yeah, because
Embargoes
now
and
now they do. Now they do. But I don't know if they did that for World War II. Like
when
Vietnam,
did
did we stop? So, a weirder question. In Vietnam, were they making shoes in the 70s there for America? Or no, we didn't
Probably.
start.
Oh,
So
I
during
think
Vietnam,
so.
did we stop importing shoes from Vietnam? Probably not.
No,
I don't
shipping
know.
costs went down.
Were
They
were you
probably
were you at war with an entire country or just with a part of that country?
The
A
northern
certain, a
part, but
certain
ignored.
so I'm just saying, have we always canceled? And if not, why did we start doing that now?
it's easier now.
What do you think? But
For principle,
That's pretty.
What came first? And the Cuban Missile Crisis. That's when I
it's the
remember. That's the
70s as
first time
well.
an embargo with an
It's,
embargo, right, from trading. That's
yeah,
the first thing I can remember that
and it went on
another
for
country
50
said
years.
no trading.
Yeah, and it went on for like 50 years.
Still now, right?
Well, no,
that's
now it's
Yeah,
different.
interesting. Is it the internet? Is it the internet that caused that?
in the
Easier.
60s,
In the
70s.
60s, we had no internet, so how could that have worked?
No,
No,
I'm
but
saying
if you look at it now, it's
It's
easier to do
easier.
so.
right. That's what I'm saying. Is it the internet that kind of made it go like this, where even a consumer
Probably.
can't purchase something from?
Probably.
Because I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Um, they had landlines in the 40s, so maybe they called somebody in Germany. Did you have long distance calling? I don't know. Like, was a consumer able to order the leg lamp from Christmas Story during a war from a different country? That's the question.
I don't think
I
so.
think, I think
I think
more
it was
more
different back then. It's
along
whatever
the
was
lines
here
of
was here.
raw ore or coal or metals or whatever. I don't think finished product, uh, like a lamp or something. I don't think that was a thing.
I feel like
Whatever.
if it was already here, they got it. But if they had to,
That
if the
raises
store had
another
to order,
question. If the war is what caused us to start working with the country, World War II, that's Japanese junk. Remember when we would get electronics? And now you're saying, now this is a conspiracy here, but now you're saying that Ukraine's known for making electric cars and food and stuff. Maybe that when it's all over, now we're doing all this stuff importing from Ukraine because they make all this stuff. We just didn't know about it. Maybe it's just all a ploy so we have ways to work with another country.
No, we're gonna pour exorbitant amounts of money into Ukraine when it's all said and done, and they're gonna have the latest and the newest infrastructure to start making stuff,
Right, that's
and
what I'm
then we're
saying. Maybe
gonna.
that's what I'm saying. Maybe it's all a ploy. Like,
It's
I'm
what
not saying that
happened.
the war isn't real. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying this is an opportunity for us to make more money. So let's
Yeah,
say
yeah.
they do all this, even though they clearly don't, but now they will.
It is a golden opportunity, right? If you're an impoverished country, somebody aggresses your borders or wants to take you over or whatever, you you're not telling me that the way of thinking doesn't go through their minds. Like, if it's all destroyed, it's historical. Look at that's what happened with Germany. It was leveled, and then the Allied forces helped build it back up.
Okay, but then it goes back to integrity, right? Just with the parents and the kid. How many of your population are you willing to sacrifice to get outside financial aid?
Do
Because
you really think they care?
no, I'm not saying that. I'm just how much is it worth to you as a president or a political
Half
leader
the
that you
population?
sacrifice? Yeah, probably. Kind of depends on how much money you're getting.
I don't know. I feel like that's an interesting conversation because if the country's
if they didn't do business with the countries before the war and then they did afterwards.
I don't think.
Thank you.
I think maybe it helped it, but I don't think that was the reason why, or a ploy to do it. It's like, okay, we helped you out. Let's, give us a better deal now that we helped you out. Give us a better deal on the things that you're importing, exporting.
I think it may be, still the thing. Oh, poor Ukraine. Let's order our tennis shoes from Ukraine.
Right, exactly. But also, Trump said that if he was to become president again, he said that he was going to put extra taxes on anything imported anyway. So even if we do get stuff, let's say from the Ukraine, it's still going to be more expensive because of that extra tax that's thrown on top.
Yeah, but what do they make? Even if you Google it, what is Ukraine known for? Beautiful
Grain
and
is the
diverse
thing.
landscape, well-preserved culture and tradition, beautiful women, and a terrible nuclear disaster. That's the top 4 or 5 things they know for.
Yeah.
For none of
Grain
them are
is the
products.
thing. Grain is a thing. And then
Agricultural is the only thing that I can
Grain.
find.
Yeah, but almost everyone.
Agricultural
can
is the
grow
only
grain.
thing that I find.
It's not really special.
There was a lot of place and a lot of cornfield, lot of farming field in that country. Was
And Ukraine?
yeah.
So they're not making electric cars then.
Well, it says here that they do agricultural and food products, metallurgical complex. This includes iron and steel. Mineral products. This includes ores, slag, and ash. And they also do machinery, chemicals, and animal and vegetable fat oils and waxes. Which
John brings up a good
The-
question. When have you ever bought something in the States and it said made in Ukraine on it?
almost never, actually, probably never. I've never
I've never
seen
heard
it. I
of
don't
that.
think
I've never seen anything made in Ukraine. Maybe one of those dolls that you put inside of each other.
The Matrushka
Yeah.
doll.
Yeah. But I thought that was a Russian
they're
thing, not a
probably-
Ukrainian thing.
Yeah, I think those
And
are
even
Russian
those
dolls.
are
But
probably made in China. They're probably still made in
Well,
China if you turn them around.
I
I got nothing.
unless it's not something that we buy, it's something that is bought by other companies to mass produce something. Like they're the middleman. Like that's what Ukraine does. They sell to, like, let's say, some big ass company who then creates something. They don't need to disclose where they got the material from. They just have to disclose where they made it. So they made it in China, but they bought the product to make something from the Ukraine.
How long has this war been going on now?
What is it? 2 years now?
Jesus.
3? Oh no, it's almost 4. Didn't it happen during COVID?
At the end of COVID, right?
I have no idea.
So 2021,
He said it's the second year. Stan.
second year.
Yeah,
No, that
2020.
can't be right because my doctor was Russian or Ukrainian, and right when I moved out here, they were getting bombed. So that was, when did I move out here? 2021 to 2022.
At the end of COVID.
Yeah, I moved
February
December 31st.
2022.
Right, so 2022, so it's 2 years. We're in 24 now, so yeah, 2 years, and they got nowhere with it, and they're probably
Should've
never
stayed
going to
out of
go anywhere with it.
Should have stayed out of it. It's clear and simple. You want to do humanitarian aid? Yeah. Send food and medicines? Okay.
Wait, who should
I'll
have
go
stayed
for it.
out of it? The rest of the world or Russia?
The rest of the
Rest
world.
of the world.
You realize that war would have been over, right?
Yep.
Yes.
It would have been
It
over.
would have never gotten to 2 years.
I find it fascinating with all that help, you still can't win.
Give it 6 months.
Because
Give
they're
it
not getting the right.
6 months, and they would have been throwing rocks
It's like
at
getting
tanks.
into a ring with Mike Tyson saying, look, we got 25 people versus you. 2 years
He's
later,
taking
they're
them
still
all out.
fighting. I just think that's a little weird. You got all those people helping you, still haven't won yet.
Unless the money isn't really going into the war effort.
Ah.
Well, I mean, they
Well,
got
he-
some
he could
pretty
bet
sweet
Zelensky has a
technology
knife.
over there. What's going on with that Israel and Palestine shit? They still fighting?
Yep.
Yeah, you
Oh,
think.
they are?
That's-
I thought that was over.
No, they're still fighting. It's been going on for 100 years now. It's not going
No
to end.
shit. I'm
tomorrow.
talking about the major thing that just happened, bro.
Nothing. It's going to keep going.
There's no
Maybe
clear,
they had a small break because of Easter. Maybe that's why you haven't heard from them.
there's still no clear winner on either side. There's no clear winner, no clear loser. That's done nothing but kill people.
An old
Yeah,
saying, all
but
is
that's-
fair in love and war, right?
Yep. That's what they say.
Yeah, but at this time there's no real clear good guy or bad guy, which seems weird.
I think there is. We're just not looking at it from any perspective.
Well,
No, no, that-
Ben Shapiro finally fired Candace Owens. So-
The spokesperson for anti-cancel culture now cancelled. That's cool. If you don't see the irony in that, you shouldn't be running your company.
I've been saying that for years now. You're anti-cancel culture, but you just did it.
Maybe that's the lesson. We're all anti-cancel culture until someone goes against what you said.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I don't know. This dude, Wesley, he's all over the place.
What happened?
Wesley.
He's in here trying to save our souls, Jay.
Possibly.
End of days?
What the?
Yeah, but we're getting paid for it, so it's fine. I think.
What the fuck? Okay.
Where did the barcode come from?
Where did the $32.523 come from? Is that 30 the silverlings or no?
I have another question. Whatever you're on, do you have some, and can you share?
Well, Wesley, you say that we claim to be realists, so this is real. What's real? This is all hypothetical that you're saying. None of it is real.
I think
Yes,
Huntington
man.
is a good place to score drugs.
Apparently. None of it is real. It's all theoretical. Everything that you're saying is all theoretical. The chances of somebody bombing Chicago and Washington, D.C., New York, Atlanta, and Huntington, it's not going to happen.
No, it makes sense. Washington, D.C., I would agree with. New
See, I
York
never
City,
understood
probably.
people like
But
that.
Chicago?
I never understood people like that. So this guy is trying to preach Jesus, right?
Yeah.
You'll never, ever, ever get anywhere talking about Jesus in that fashion.
Nope. You'll
Never.
do the opposite
Dude,
because
fear.
this aggravates people and makes them even less open-minded about.
Yeah, like you can never preach Jesus like the way you're doing it.
It's the worst way to do that. Yes, I would love to see the visions again. Go ahead. Send Jesus an email and tell him to send me the visions again. Because I didn't get
check
them.
my
the first
spam
time.
folder.
You have people that do this, like with Jesus, and I don't understand. I know what they're trying to do. It's just it's never going to work like this. It's like you're the internet Jehovah Witness. It's what you are,
I have a
though.
question.
It's
I
what
have
you
a question,
are.
though. Wesley, you talk to Jesus. Does Jesus talk back to you in person?
It was a simple yes or no question.
People like this, bro. The message you're trying to relay is not going to be relayed the way you want it to be. You're trying to instill fear in people by some conspiracy bullshit that you believe to be true. Because you heard it online somewhere or you had this premonition.
So no answer. Okay.
No,
Wait,
his
wait, wait,
answer.
just a minute.
No, his answer is not what we asked. He's still going on what he's talking about.
How did this guy even find our channel?
I don't know.
Well, I've been promoting it on some weird forums, but
We told you no Reddit.
Sounds like he's enjoying some 3-liter. It has an M, a T, and a D.
Okay,
it's done
bye.
now. That's it. Just like that. See, we saw more activity from him than we did in all of the chats.
oh,
Jesus Christ.
What does it even mean? The taste of
He's talking in riddles. That's all he's doing. He's talking in riddles to make it sound like what he's saying makes sense.
Oh,
That's
prophetic.
like saying, prophetic. Yeah, it's like saying somebody from 2,000 years ago, they saw a plane and said, "Oh, in 2,000 years later, 2 planes are going to hit towers and they're going to come down." I can make that stuff up too.
Hold on. Nostradamus is pretty fucking accurate.
Yeah, but you know what though, Jay? You could say things like that too, and they could happen
Nah,
in
bro.
1,000 years.
Nah, bro. Not Nostradamus is World
but
War
he was
II.
being
wait, hold on. Nostradamus also did some really crazy predictions that also never happened. Let's be clear here.
right.
But he's
Didn't happen
been
yet.
on the mark for a couple of them, like the 2 birds and the two tall structures. I don't know, bro. That's pretty accurate.
That's open to
Hey.
interpretation.
No, it ain't. What 2
even
birds are
spoke
gonna
about-
find in 2 tall structures?
But again, that could be anything, Jay. In 100 years, it could have been 1,000 years ago. Somebody could have saw it differently. Oh, my
Nah,
tree
the
came
best
down
one he
because
did
2 birds
say-
flew into it.
The best one he did was, in my opinion, was he mentioned somebody like Hitler, but he called him Hisler.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That one was
So that's pretty
too close. That was too close.
pretty
But
close to the mark.
It's like the person had a lisp that was telling them the shit. They meant to say Hitler, but said Hitler. They bit their tongue when they were talking. That's why he typed it wrong. But I'm just saying, some of that shit he said was pretty damn accurate. So,
On the other hand, the Simpsons did the same thing for many
Right.
things.
so
you can't get a message across like that. You can't. You can't talk about God and try to instill fear into people by talking about the end of the world. It's never going to work. I'm telling you. It pushes
That's
people
great.
away more than it does embrace people.
And strangely enough, those people have always been there. Always.
now he's let people in the FBI. He's let FBI inside his house.
yeah, but
And told them everything.
wouldn't hope work better than fear?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
I think hope does, because
No.
without the hope, if you fear
No.
someone, you're turning into you don't think hope would make more people
No.
religious?
Nope. Nope.
So then what
Personal.
would? The fear?
Fear.
But that's
Just
what he's
not that
doing
way.
though.
Just not that way. Look,
Oh, okay.
for Jordan to believe in God, right? He wants God or Jesus to show that they're there. Right? He's not hoping. He's just
Waiting.
waiting. Right? Hoping would be like, I really want God to show. Really want God to show. Really want God to show. When do people usually find God?
When they're about to die.
That's right.
On their
Which
last
is
leg.
what? Which is what?
That's
Because
fear
you're
of death.
Fear of death.
No, that's the fear of the not knowing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's fear. Or when they go to
but
jail.
that's also
fear that
irrational.
they're not going to get saved and that they might as well find God in jail. More people find God in jail than you do in general publicity. Look it up. One
I can
out of
see that.
6 people that go to jail find God in some type of way. 1 out of 48 people find God through other means outside of jail. 1
So
in
could you
6,
say
bro.
a sort of solace as well? If it's in jail, solace and hope.
But that's not fear,
I don't know
right?
about hope.
Doesn't
I
that
think
would
that's
be more
fear.
hope?
That's fear.
Really?
I think that's fear. Because I've been judged here. Hopefully, I'm not judged at the end of my life, or I just have nothing else to do. What's all this God hoopla about? I mean, it could be, it could be multiple things, but 1 in 6 people find God in jail.
Huh, interesting.
Wow.
That's a lot.
And not necessarily a specific religion, just in
No.
all religions in general.
No, it's usually Muslim, but
They still found a God.
yeah, they still found God. Allah. Yeah. So
It's
doing that shit, talking to people that aren't talking about God. See, I mentioned God. It's funny, that whole Grim Green video, right? Whole Grim Green video. If you read the comments, there's a lot of people that mention the one-liner I did in there. I have this, I have that, and I have God. Out of everything that I said in that 45-minute video, that is the only thing that stuck out to you? And then that is the only thing you want to critique? There is no hope left for humanity. There is none.
Oh, I 100% agree with you.
Until fear exists. Fear makes people do things
Yeah.
that
But then-
not do things. Fear makes people do things to avoid the inevitable. I should write that.
But then,
down.
does it matter man-made fear or something else? Does that matter in that
Your own
equation or
mind.
not?
Your own mind.
Yeah, you are your own worst enemy.
Oh, yeah.
Fear. Yeah, I believe fear over hope. 100%. I think people hope when everything is all good. Oh, I hope I win the lottery, or I hope I don't get cancer. I hope my family's good.
Oh, no, I was looking at it differently.
Well, I was
In the
talking to
sense that-
Spade there, but okay.
Uh,
No,
in
yeah,
the sense-
I nodded. I agreed.
hope of something more than just this existence. That kind of hope.
You don't
Yeah.
need hope if you don't need hope if you already believe. What do you need hope for?
Mm.
That
No, but
always
that-
went together
one of
with fear.
That people would kind of venture into believing in God because the hope of something more than just this plain existence.
Yeah, but
But I
that
don't-
always went together. If you look at the Middle Ages and why the church became as big as it is, it was both of those. They made people fear so they would believe in God, and then that would give them hope of a better life, after a better afterlife than they had now. But there was still fear involved.
I don't think you need to have hope to I think if you believe in something, you don't need hope. Hope is the prerequisite to believing. Do you hope that do you hope that you and your wife stay together, or do you believe that you and your wife will stay together forever? Which one's the better of the two? The believe, obviously, because you have trust, you have faith in it. Right?
Yeah.
Hope
Yes.
is not really sure. Is the unknown is not
No.
knowing. Believe is better.
Yeah. Yeah.
But once
Don't
I
you need
mentioned
to-
God, and it's funny because Grimm's like a Satanist. But once I mentioned God, oh my God, that was the end of the world. God helped you, really? God really helped you, bro. Well, you don't want to say that people helped me get where I got, and I didn't do it. So who else is there, right? Like that's a great argument for me. If it's not people that didn't get me to where I'm at, and it's not me, then who the fuck got me where I am? God. That's the
Yeah.
answer. Well, you said it wasn't me.
Then I got nothing.
Yeah, then it's God.
If you can't pick people, then yeah, that's the only one left.
You know, what else? It ain't science. It ain't the sure as in hell isn't science. So, okay. It's like that Scientology shit, bro. You guys ever looked that up?
Yes.
Yes.
No. Like looked it up.
To join or just the initial belief
Dig.
system?
Dig.
Well, I mean,
How
it's
deep?
based off of a book of a
Yeah.
science fiction
No.
writer.
No.
Not one. He
I've got that
created
book
it.
somewhere, but
Right.
it's a kind of it's a tough read, and people say you have to read it in bits.
Sectors. You have to read them in
So it's-
sectors. They're called sectors.
Sectors.
So, I've been.
So is that like
in
chapters?
Scientology. Like I've been just being interested. I'm not going to join. Just being interested in it. And so there's tiers.
Is it a lot?
There's tiers.
course
I'm
there
going to break this down to you, Barney level. There's tiers of Scientology.
Of course.
You join your level 1. You are fresh. You do everything you're told by level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5. No different than the military. The people that are above you give you commands.
Mhm.
Once you get to tier 7, then you could start asking questions about how and why. Who is Zion? Why is Zion? What made Zion? What is Zion doing for us? Tier 8. So the tiers are crazy. The more money you give, the higher you get in the tiers. The more authority you have for Scientology and the writings of it. Scientology is one of the most fascinating, corrupt, communistic, socialist, Marxist belief system I have ever read in my life. Like,
Yeah. And it's a successful pyramid game, pyramid scam.
it is one of, like, it is fascinating and fantastic, but terrible and horrific at the same fucking time. Like, it's like communism, right? On paper, it looks
Theoretical, yeah.
Good.
nice.
Yeah.
Like, this is nice. And then when you see it in action, you're like, this didn't work out because we didn't factor in people. That's exactly what Scientology is.
Yeah.
Whoever wrote this shit, bro, you get an A+. You get an A+. Once it's in action, oh my. I would, if I became a billionaire, 100% join Scientology and ask to be up to tier 10. I just want all the information.
So there's 10 tiers?
No.
Oh, there's more?
Yes.
I wonder
Does
where Tom Cruise is. He's got to be up there.
You can't talk about the tier you're in. That's the thing is the tier can
Oh.
only be, you can only talk about your tier to someone that's above your tier.
Oh.
So a
Oh,
tier
I
1
like
can
it.
tell a tier 2 that they're a tier 1, but the tier 2 is not obligated, or not obligated. What's the word they use? Starts with a P. They can't be presumptuous enough to know what tier they're in. So tier 2 has to tell tier 3, and so forth. Tier 10, first off, when you get tier 7, now you're in. Now you're in it. Like you being protected.
you're in
and
the-
shit.
The inner
Oh yeah,
circle.
like you're in the shit. Like now you're literally people get killed for trying to leave Scientology. That's not. It's documented well.
And it is.
Science-
It is
What
like
you
it is like a pyramid scheme, right? Because the lower tiers are encouraged to get other people in, which means more
But that's
money.
with every religion. Hold
Which
on. That's
means-
with every religion.
And
Well,
the
hold on,
higher
hold on.
you are, the more you
Scientology
benefit.
is not a religion. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
It's a belief system.
It's a belief system, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I would call it a religion per se.
Well, they're probably tax free, so it's considered a religion.
yeah. Technically, it is considered a religion. Yes.
So
Technically.
This would have been great for Jesus. So we get the lower tier and bring in new people.
Yeah, but the problem is though, is once you're in past tier 7. Well, first off, getting to tier 7 is hard.
what's it cost?
What's
it cost?
I don't want to know.
There is no monetary number. Like there's no number, not that I could find. And I dug for about 9 hours yesterday. It's pretty intense. And I'm not talking about a documentary, like reading their books.
So
Yeah, and
it's probably along the same lines. If you have to ask, you can't afford it.
Right.
Basically.
Yeah.
And if you try to ask
But can
a
you
certain
jump in?
question that's only allotted to a certain tier, they'll kick you out.
So Jay, when
Really?
you said if you become a billionaire, you would join. Is there still you need to go through all the tiers and
I
work
could
your way
jump.
up, or you can just enter
I
highest
could
tier,
jump in.
I'm in.
I could jump in.
Oh,
People
Nice.
have
Oh,
jumped in
okay.
at tier 6.
Oh,
Well,
Like
think
if you
about
just
it.
want to join right now and you're just you join with your broke ass dollars,
Tier 1.
you would be tier 1 or tier 2. Now, when you start donating money to them, you slowly up your tiers. It's kind of like favoritism with me.
Is there
The
like a
more you
progress
give, the
bar?
more I like you.
So there's a progress bar, right?
Yeah,
In order to get to
essentially.
this level, you gotta.
It's
And-
really crazy, bro. It's a money scheme. It's what it is.
but it's a well-written one.
Sure. Very well written.
And
mean,
the
you-
type of
You don't make a promise for taking us to another planet. At least the
It's not even another planet, bro. It's like we'll talk offline. I don't know who's watching this shit. We'll talk offline. I'm being serious. I don't want to talk about something and someone from Scientology gets involved and
before you know, Tom Cruise is at your door. You don't want that.
Hey Tom, how are you? I was just talking about Scientology, and here you are showing up.
I don't think he's in it anymore. I don't
Yes, he
I think-
is. He's still in it.
Yeah.
The only person who publicly is not in Scientology anymore is that chick from King of Queens.
What about Holmes? Was she ever involved? Is she still in?
She was part of it, but then after she split with Tom Cruise, she was
Yeah.
out of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can leave. It just
I think
If
she
you
was
think
more
about
kicked
it.
out. I think she was kicked out. I don't think she left on her own
Excommunicated.
accord.
yeah,
Yeah,
but after
excommunicated.
that, think about it. Nothing. That career was dead.
Okay, hold on. If you're going to say it like that, then what about John Travolta? John Travolta's been in it for years, and his career has been what in the last 10 years, 15 years?
Oh, but I think he's doing fine. If you have an airport next to your house that you own, you're doing okay. You don't need Greece number 3 to succeed. You already have a multitude of planes. You're
Katie
Okay.
Holmes left when him and Tom Cruise broke up.
Yeah.
Oh, what about Kidman? Or he wasn't joined up.
No,
with the
she wasn't
church?
part of that. I don't believe she was.
She's not.
when
Yeah,
they
but
were
was he
together.
already in it? Was he
I don't
already
think he-
in there then?
I don't know. I
Hmm.
feel like he got in there
Well,
in the late 90s.
hold on. What about that guy from the 70s show that got hit with
Oh,
those
yeah.
diddles? He was part of Scientology and he got locked up.
Oh.
Yeah, but low level, right?
Danny Masterson.
Yeah.
Danny
Yeah.
Masterson.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
fro guy. Yeah, the fro guy.
he was in
He's got a fro.
Scientology and they still hemmed him up. So I
He
guess
wasn't
you're
an high
not.
enough tier.
Yeah, it must have been
That's
tier
what it
5
is.
or something, or tier 6. Like you didn't give enough. We can't make this go away. Sorry.
Wait, so does this mean that
Oh.
Diddy didn't pay his stuff?
No. He actually had a case from the church against him as well because he assaulted 2 fellow Scientologists. That's probably why they were like, yeah.
Wait,
Your
who are we
protection
talking about?
now.
Masters?
No,
Who-
Masters.
Who is Masterson? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
He also had a
Oh.
case against him from 2 other fellow Scientologists that he assaulted.
Interesting.
So that's probably the church didn't back him
Ah,
up.
you get too much of a liability. Goodbye.
Yeah. You never joined up in the first place. Look at our database. Your name isn't in there.
Goodbye.
Yup.
That's crazy.
Dougie Fresh is even in there, the rapper. I'm looking at all the
Really?
celebrities. I'm looking at all these celebrities in Scientology. Christy Alley, Annie Archer, Catherine Bell, Nancy Cartwright, Erica Christensen, Chick Corea, Tom Cruise, Jason Doring, Jason Ellen, Dougie Fresh, Greta Van Susteren, John Travolta, Giovanni Ribisi. Oh, that's that weird looking guy. He was in Saving Private Ryan. Michael Pena, Elizabeth Moss,
Oh, Michael.
Danny Masterson,
Oh.
Christopher Masterson, Alana Masterson. Oh wow, the whole fucking family.
The whole family joined up.
Isaac Hayes, Vivian
Really?
Kubrick.
Yeah, that's right.
There's a lot, bro.
Kubrick.
There's also
Oh,
a
the
lot of
Kubricks
people-
are in there too.
Yeah.
The directors.
You think
Oh,
they do
boy.
family plans? So you get a discount?
Definitely.
The entire
I
family.
know that if
hey.
you're a certain tier, so if you're at tier 8 or 9, I really don't want to talk about it here. If you're tier 8 or 9 and someone joins in, they come in 3 levels below you. So if you're a 9, they'll come in as a 6, but you can never be a 7 starting unless you either put money in or you know, tier 7 is like the start of the peak. You're at the base of Everest, about to climb it.
But there's not
Huh.
like, ooh, I don't have any money, but maybe I could do certain chores so I can up tiers.
Yeah, you can do that. As level 1, you're
Possible.
literally like cleaning up dirt around the buildings and like you're essentially the janitor, bro. I mean, it's what it is. Is that the tiered
At least I'm
structure?
in.
It's not bad on paper. It's when you see these people and you talk to them.
See, but that's got to be motivated by hope, no? Hope of a more than just this existence. You're putting money in it in the hope that there's something more.
Bro, people put money into cryogenics, man.
Yes.
You know, I said something yesterday. I don't think anybody was listening. And I thought it was so brilliant when I said it. You guys remember mummies, yeah?
Yeah.
What if mummies are the modern day cryogenics?
They are.
What,
Yeah.
You don't find that weird?
Oh,
That
people
people-
have always wanted to.
Live
Believe
further
that
than what they
someone
are.
could bring you back by putting onions and flowers in your body
No.
versus freezing
Well, no.
people.
No, there's a difference. The ones for the mummies, they did that for the afterlife. After you died, your physical body is just there,
I don't
but
think
you're
you're getting what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm talking about in a belief that there's something that in the future, this is.
well, yeah.
It's like if
That's
if you-
cryogenics. But
Yeah,
the
cryogenics
mummy-
is freezing.
Yeah, but that's the
like
same as a
Bates said-
mummy.
No.
Mhm.
The
No.
cryogenics is based on the idea. So
Yeah, but the basic idea is the same. The technology is different.
No, it's not the no, it's not the same, guys. Yeah,
basic idea is
one is for
different.
an afterlife. The mummification was for afterlife, where your soul is going to go somewhere.
You don't think
While
that
it's
they believed-
cryogenics?
You don't think that they believe that if I stuff this dude with enough tomatoes, that in 10 years all his cancers will be gone?
No.
Then why do they try to bring mummies back to life?
Who did? They didn't try to bring mummies back to life. The movies did. When did they try to bring mummies back to life?
You need to do some research, kind sir.
I don't know anything about bringing mummies back
Where
to
do
life.
you think the movies got it from? You think they just came up with it?
You know, people, books, nonfiction. I mean, sorry, fiction. Not.
Keep reading. Keep reading. They've
They've
tried to bring mummies.
to do that on people that have been frozen. They're also considered mummies, and they've tried to get them
Yeah,
back
they've
up
tried
and
to
running.
bring mummies back to life within 5-10 years of them dying. Cleopatra's a great example.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, it's to me, it's the same fucking thing as cryogenics, except for one is looking for a cure, the other one's hoping that I don't know,
Live
the
forever.
herbs killed it all. Yeah, they've literally tried it. Like that Egyptians, they've tried to bring mummies back to life. Okay, listen, if you stuff me with onions, the amount of gas I'm gonna have in 5 years, I'm gonna blow the roof off this casket. Don't do it. Don't open this shit. Don't open it.
And that's why they put a little hole in the top of the pyramid, so when you fart, the air
Ah.
goes right out.
That makes sense now.
They would have to know that it wouldn't work because they took out the brain and everything.
Well, they tried to make a human calzone.
That's a good way of putting it. Yeah, I don't know if they were.
1910, they did it again. They did it again. I mean, you can look this up. I mean, just Google it and look. You'll see that they tried it in the 1900s, 1910 in Paris, 1924 in Cairo. No, they've tried, bro. So
That's
recently-
742 was the first documented trying to bring a mummy back. Is that just someone you don't think that they wrote down somewhere? What do we know anyway? How do we know that they thought it was for aftermath? Someone just made that story up. No.
Wait, that's more like believing in magic, right? So you can conjure somebody back to life. That's not gonna be medical. That's an empty husk.
Okay,
There's nothing.
but
left
either way, we don't know, right? If there's documented cases saying that they've tried to bring mummies back, maybe that was in their will, whatever it would be called. That in 10 years, hope these vegetables do something. Then they're like, oh, we realized it didn't do anything. Let's just say we did it for the aftermath. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't know.
Like you don't know. You don't know. You don't. I just think it's weird that we've been trying to preserve bodies. Let's use that then. Preserve bodies for future mummies and cryogenics, not willing to accept it is what it is. You're dead, you're dead. Right?
Just
Even if
think
it's the
it's very
spices with
interesting.
the mummies. Say no resurrection. They just spices,
see,
bro, you're done.
With the mummies, I was always under the assumption that the reason why they did that was to respect that person, and that's why they also built the pyramids, because
On
they were
what
such
accord?
a high.
On what accord?
On the fact that person was a king or queen
No,
or
right, I
something.
get that, but on what accord? Someone's writing, right? Like someone wrote that. How do you know it just wasn't a pissed off dude that wrote that didn't get accepted into the mummy program?
Mummy. Oh, right.
Like these motherfuckers. I'm gonna write history right now. I'm gonna tell people we stuffed them with, pimento beans because he was going to the Mexican god of Chile. Like, how do you know? You don't.
but
you
you don't.
just
Okay,
you
hold
fucking
on.
guess.
No, because then you could turn around and say the same exact thing for religion, because the apostles wrote
Agreed.
the rest of. So we don't know
Well-
what really happened.
Agreed.
There's a difference, right? It comes then down to numbers. If you have X amount of people, several eyewitnesses,
It's got to be
then
true.
it kind
It's
of
got to be true.
yeah.
Yeah. Agreed.
If you're going off of one
Agreed.
source of the mummification, yeah, you can ask some questions. Sure.
Right, agree. Right. If you have the mob mentality, okay,
Right.
and a lot of people believe it, it's probably true. Look, enough of people believe in God, not saying the religion, not saying Christianity or Muslim or Judaism. No, they believe in a God, right? So that there's general consensus that there's a God. Which one is the right God? Well, that's up for interpretation. Mummification, it wasn't even the Egyptians that did it first, but they found that late. Look, they used to sacrifice people. You remember that lady they just found? What was that, 2 years ago? Frozen in the mountains?
They also
Like, and they
tried
would-
to revive her, right?
Yeah, they tried to restore and they could get the liver working. What?
That's insane.
What? This bitch has been frozen for 2,000 years. And you managed to activate the liver? Wow. What would happen if you did? I guess that's your cryogenics. What happens if you were able to bring back somebody from 2,000 years ago? What?
Then you
First
have
off,
to
why would you want to be alive? Everybody you know is gone. Everybody you love is dead.
Mhm.
You're gonna wake up and it's gonna be a shitty awakening.
And you got at the second question, the most important question of it all, is because you died. Your electrical pulses in your brain are now gone. You reboot the system. Is it a clean install, or are you still in there? Is
I
there
would
a
think you're
soul?
still in there.
Yes
I would
or
think-
no?
The salt. Ooh.
The soul would be gone, so it's a clean reboot.
The problem with cryogenics is that, especially the ones that, when it started to become a thing, they were frozen the wrong way. So they have that much of
Yeah, they were taking the head.
damage to the brain and everything that even the most advanced technology wouldn't be able to revive them. You could, however, maybe find a piece of DNA that's still intact,
Check this.
clone them, or
So
but
we were watching a show the other day, me and Bree, Nip Tuck, right? And they talk about cryogenics in there, and of course I look it up because I'm interested. Same thing with the Scientology, right? It's making me find out all this new knowledge. So there was a part in there that's very true, and they have no idea what to do. If you look up cryogenics or cryogenics, they're filled. People are signing up left and right for it. It's roughly about $400,000 to get put into a pod. And then it's about $5,000 a month for every month that you're in this pod. This could be 6 years, 60 years, 70 years until they find a cure. Here's where it gets crazy. They're actually running out of pods because they're very expensive. So what they're doing now is they're opening up old pods and putting new people in. You have one problem with this. They don't know how to reseal it. So if they add somebody to a pod that's not been done in the first year, once that seal is broken, that person can no longer be restored. So what happens if they find a cure for your disease and they go to take you out? The other person is dead. You just gave them all that money for nothing. That's a true story. That's cryogenics.
It's not like you ask for a refund, you're not there.
It's too late. I already got all your money.
That sucks.
They don't know how to reseal it. How about you just make individual pods? But they can't make freezers with all the people because they need the fluids to be running. They need to keep them, what was it, negative 35 degrees?
Negative
What kind of
35.
special material do they need then? If
They
it's
use
that...
liquid nitrogen.
No, I'm talking about the pods themselves. If they're so incredibly expensive and
$7 million
and
a
hard to
pod.
make.
$7 million a pod. And there's
That's why
places in
there's
California, bro, there's a waiting list. I can't afford a waiting list. I'm dying in a month. Well, so we
that's
can
why
put you in
there's
like
a
a
budget
regular
option as
fridge.
well. That's why there's a budget option. So the expensive one is they
Really?
freeze your entire body. The budget option is they cut off
Just
your
your
head
head.
and just freeze your head.
Yeah, just your head. Yeah, but there's been one successful head transplant? One? Right? The
Oh,
Italian
there actually
doctor?
is one?
Yeah, it's the Italian doctor, right? That did the head transplant. It was successful where they lived for 3 weeks or 4 weeks. It was successful in a sense they can move their toes, they can move their hands, and then they died. But either way, that's successful.
Yeah.
You heard about the person that got the fucking kidney from the pig and they're living live and well?
So, but that's based on hope. You're hoping that at some point in the future, medicine will evolve
Yes.
enough
And it's
to
also
be
fear.
able to undo the damage.
It's
Here and
also
there.
fear. There's fear too, right? Because you don't want to
death.
die yet. You're not ready, bro.
You are.
Isn't
You're pretty
Walt
much
Disney
right.
frozen? Isn't Walt
They
Disney
say
frozen?
that. They say
Yeah,
that,
they
yeah.
say that.
Well, like his head is frozen. Okay.
I think the
Bro,
whole
how many
body's
years
frozen.
how many years you been in there?
Oh, he's been in there for like 50 years.
Okay, and they still haven't found a cure?
No.
You're not gonna be able to thaw that out. You know how much damage your fucking skin would have to those temperatures for 50 years?
I thought it would be well hydrated considering that it's all, frozen.
Oh, could you
Like
imagine
a big ice cube.
what kind of mindset he has? And then he comes back and he sees his company in this condition.
He's like, this woke shit, put me back in. Put me back in, let me know when everything is done.
See you in another 100 years.
And apparently there's more and
Science
more
wants to make a lot of
celebrities.
money? I got it. You want to make money? Everybody's seen Mars Attacks here, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Put the heads inside a fluid. No body.
Nobody.
But
Glass of water, that's it.
Or
Well,
whatever. It's some type of
yeah.
fluid. And if you ever piss somebody off, you just break the glass. Just I'm done with you. That's it. Fluid's out. There you go. There's a good one.
but the brain needs oxygen, right?
It's in the water somehow. I don't know. Fish do it.
But yeah.
It's better than
Yeah.
cryogenics. I mean, you're freezing somebody for fucking 50, 60 years. How much money did you put down? And what happens when you run out of money?
You get dumped.
They just
You didn't pay
open
your
it
rent.
and hit you with a hammer. Bing.
week. That's it.
No, they
Feed that to
they
the
deliver.
gators.
They'll
Well, if
probably
they-
deliver you
I'm
to
not
your
kidding.
next of kin in like a
If
cool
you
box.
If you stop paying, they
cool.
take you out.
And do what with the body?
That's cremation or whatever. And if you're lucky, and there's still somebody left alive from the family, that they get your
Here's a cup of
question
water.
about
We
that.
melted you down. Is that what's going to happen? Here's a pitcher. We melted
So-
down your body.
I've shown you guys Nerd Rage, right? The science guy that deepens his voice, changes voice, and he does like shit that you have no idea how he gets his hand on it, like nuclear atoms or anyway, Nerd Rage. You have to look him up on YouTube.
Okay.
He takes a human heart, and people are like, where did you get that from? It was alive and well. Human heart, he puts in a liquid nitrogen, and then he hits it with a hammer, and he goes, Happy Valentine's Day. You can have a broken heart too. So you could freeze somebody like that and just hit them with a hammer, and they're going to shatter.
But then, yeah. I have
You know, you
another
could take
question.
liquid nitrogen with a live hand and stick it in, it does nothing. Did you know that?
Wait, really?
No, it does nothing.
Huh.
Nothing. Because the heat from your skin pushes the liquid nitrogen away from touching it.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I'll send you his channel. It's pretty cool. You're gonna learn a lot of shit. Nerd Rage.
See, but if that's another question, right? If you look at, you don't die. They freeze you before you die, right?
No, you
one of
die.
the. You die.
They
Okay,
have
but
to
you
chill
sign-
you to a certain extent on your deathbed. So
Hmm.
they do it within seconds of you dying.
Okay, but you do completely sign over your body to them.
That I don't know.
I would assume so.
The care of it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And if you take the cheap package, I get to decide what I do with the rest of the body, probably.
Yeah.
Well, we're assuming that there's packages.
Wow.
Yeah, no, there is. There is. You can just pick to have your head frozen.
Yeah.
There is. So, but that means if I completely sign my body over to this private company, there's no telling they won't use the parts, let's say,
Well,
and sell them.
For something else.
If you have, I think if you have surviving family members, they decide what happens with the body. So they can essentially have a cremation of a body without a head or a burial of a body without a head, and you'll be still be
So-
in a jar somewhere.
So, Matthew, you're telling me that Walt Disney's great great grandchildren are going to see what happens with his body? They're like, we never met the guy. What do we care about what happens to his body or not? Think of it from that perspective.
The money runs
Yeah.
out, and they put him out of the tank. If there's next of kin, they're gonna be contact. And listen, he's
What
not
do you wanna
paying
do
his
with
bills
this?
anymore. You want this guy or not?
That's another thing, right? It's a private company. What if it goes under? Then what?
Yeah, who takes care of those bodies?
Which
They're in,
has
they're in the
happened, I think.
cryostasis.
Which has happened, I think, and the company stopped paying the electric bill and still took
Whoopsie.
some money for keeping the bodies in cryogenics.
So technically they're murderers because they didn't pay the electric bill. Now they're
because you're
murderers.
already dead.
No, from what Jay said, it's right before you die, so you're not technically dead yet.
You
No,
die.
You die.
So then it's body mutilation. Then
There are people that have a
Oh, my
special, like a special button or picture or whatever, or they have a special thing around their neck, like a dog tag or something, and they can alert the company
if
to
you're
come
hearing.
pick them up.
Greetings, fellow nerds.
Yes.
Okay, listen to his voice. Watch this shit.
In this video, we're going to break a heart with liquid nitrogen. First, the heart. There it is. As for where I got it, don't ask. Let's get started.
it's probably a
Here's
big
my
heart.
Dura flask
It's not,
and
it's
some
human
ice. And here's the heart. So this is, was a living heart. On Valentine's Day, This disgusting thing is what people are swearing their love on. I've got a better use for it, and it involves some liquid nitrogen. Here we go. Now I'm time-lapsing the freezing because the heart has a large thermal capacity, and it takes about 10 minutes for the liquid nitrogen to finish. That would be a really nerdy but lame pickup line, saying that your heart has a large thermal capacity. Anyway, it's done. The reason why it looks so different is because the contents of each and every cell is completely frozen. Even the fats and proteins that don't normally freeze, at liquid nitrogen temperatures they do. Alrighty then, this is your heart on liquid nitrogen, and this is your heart versus the floor. The floor wins.
Yo. Hold on.
Okay, then.
Hold on, I want to show you this one. There you go.
Do not try this yourself. I am an expert.
Okay.
Greetings, fellow nerds. In this video, I'm going to put liquid nitrogen on my hand. I'm not crazy. To show you why I'm not crazy, I'm going to first show something called Leidenfrost effect. I have here a standard laboratory heater plate, and I'm going to put some water on it and turn on the heat. As expected, it's going to boil. As it heats up, it will boil water faster and faster. Eventually it gets so hot that water instantly vaporizes upon hitting the plate. Now, when it gets really hot, an interesting effect takes over. Water now just beads up and rolls off the plate. What's happening is that on contact, the water vaporizes so fast that it creates a cushion of steam that lifts up the remaining water drop. So the water is now riding around on a cushion of its own steam. This makes the water last longer and slows down the heat conduction needed to completely vaporize it. This is called the Leidenfrost effect. This effect can be seen at home with a frying pan if you heat it high enough. The Leidenfrost effect also occurs with liquid nitrogen. As you can see here, the liquid nitrogen skirts away as I pour it on the floor without actually soaking into the floor. Liquid nitrogen boils at minus 196 Celsius, and this laboratory floor is at room temperature. So from the liquid nitrogen's perspective, the floor is super hot. Here's some drops of liquid nitrogen rolling around on the floor just like water on the hot plate. As you can see, they're not soaking in. The Leidenfrost effect protects the liquid nitrogen from being instantly vaporized, and consequently the floor from being instantly frozen. Now the Leidenfrost effect does not last forever. With enough liquid nitrogen, the floor is eventually cool enough that the temperature difference no longer supports the effect, and the liquid nitrogen soaks in. So if I do put it on my hand, I can only do so for a moment. Nonetheless, the Leidenfrost effect will protect my hand from being instantly frozen. Alright, so let's try it. Let me fill this dewar with liquid nitrogen.
Fucking crazy, bro.
Now if you look very closely, the Leidenfrost effect is happening here too, as liquid nitrogen is not yet contacting the sides of the dewar, but a gas barrier is insulating it. However, the effect will break down eventually. Human tissue is much less tolerant of cold than the floor or this steel dewar, so I won't be able to put my hand in there for longer than a moment. Alright, the nitrogen is ready. Okay, I'm really nervous here. Give me a moment to psych myself up. Whoa. My hand is ice cold right now. But as you can see, the nitrogen did not soak in, and it's completely fine with no frostbite or other injuries. The plume of mist from the liquid nitrogen shows that a lot of it vaporized from the gas barrier around my hand. Turning around the experiment, I can also pour liquid nitrogen on my hand in short spills as long as I give my hand a few moments to recover.
That's
This
crazy,
is pretty
bro.
cold, but the Leidenfrost
Isn't that fucking crazy?
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
You
I
can do
think-
the same thing. You can do the same thing with liquid liquid lead or anything. So you just have to make sure your hand is wet, and then you can dip your hand. Not keep it in, but you can dip your hand in a pot of liquid lead or whatever.
Yeah, there's a guy. So there was one where they had molten coming down, like at a thing, and a guy put his hand in the molten the
Lava?
melted, yeah, and you're like, whoa, no fucking way is that real? It's real. It's the same thing. It's a Leidenfrost effect.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's cool. It's very
Yeah.
fascinating.
Yeah, his whole channel.
Still
it's
wouldn't
been-
try it.
I would try it.
One
I would try the
miscalculation.
liquid. Well, I mean, as soon as you feel it, just back off, right? But that's his channel. I put it in.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't do the cryogenics. I'm good, regardless of X amount of. The only thing I'd be concerned with is great. You have a cure, but now everybody that you had in your life before is all dead. So you're gonna wake up, start fresh all over again.
Yeah.
Maybe some
Assuming you
people want that.
also gain your knowledge.
You know nobody.
Unless you
Though.
do-
It's been 100 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Unless
no
you do
different
the
than being
family
in a
package.
coma for 60 years and then waking up.
Start fresh, new, a whole new life, whole new person.
And that's also because do they know this? That they actually also store your memories as well? Because they're storing a body, but you died.
How do you store memories? I thought that's not possible.
That's in the brain.
By-
But that
By
didn't.
preserving the brain. The memories
Yeah.
are because of certain groups of synapses that grow in a certain way, and
Right.
as long as you can preserve the brain intact, the memory should be there. We're not talking about
Theoretically.
soul, because if you believe in God and believe you have an immortal soul, once you're dead, that soul leaves, so you would technically
empty
not
house.
be there anymore.
Right. So you're saying that if you're religious, your memories go with your soul and don't stay with your body.
No,
Right.
Well, do you know how many fucking taxes you would owe? If you died, right? And then you got 50 years where you're not paying any of your income tax, right? They're going to hit you up.
Well, you're
I
not.
don't know,
You're
you're
not
legally
making
dead
money.
now.
But you
But,
need
but
to
they're
make
not
a couple of-
legally paying either.
But you
But
put
that
some money in
person
the
doesn't
bank,
have
one
to pay,
savings
right?
account, or you buy some bearer bonds,
Okay,
and if
you're
you're
not getting it. If I put $10 million in my bank account to fund my cryogenics, right? That's going to gain interest every year, even if it's 0.25. Okay?
Yeah.
That's tax
Oh.
money.
Yeah.
No matter where I put it, unless I give all my money to cryogenics, like all my cash, here you go. But I'm still alive, right? You still have to claim taxes even though you make nothing. So
Well, he could have it. The person could have it set up automatically every year.
get the fuck out of here. Come
Yeah, but
on.
legally, you're still dead, right? No.
Yeah, they're declared dead. No,
Yeah, even if you're
No,
dead,
well,
you're still making
can't
money
be
off
declared.
of it.
That's the thing. You can't be declared dead because you can't bring yourself back alive. What are you reborn
See, that's what
then
I'm
when
saying.
you
You're not
wake them
really
up?
dead.
They
Do you
can't
keep
be
the same
legally
social
dead.
number? Right. Do you get the
The
same
law,
social
they're-
security
they're
number?
dead. Yeah,
If they bring you back to life, you get a new
when
number.
your head is in a bucket of frozen liquid with something that's been pumped around in your veins,
Damn.
and 200 or 300 years later, they say, hello.
How do you bring them back to life? Yeah, how do you bring them back to life? You need a new social security number. You need if you're saying that they're dead, right? And cryogenics says you're dead, legally dead. But they do wait right before you die, though. They don't. It's not. They don't wait for you to die and do it. There's a prepping thing to get ready for
Right.
cryogenics when you're dying. They don't take the dead body. They wait for last moments, like I was saying earlier. But then you're dead, right? So let's just say they come up with a cure. How do you bring that person back? In the country's
They haven't
eyes or
figured
in the
that out
laws? Of course not. They haven't
are
figured
you
out how to
talking
bring
about?
people back either. So
Yeah.
it's just you're just putting money into some shit that
So
like
you're
the lottery.
automatically becoming another person. You need
at
a
least
new
with the
legal
lottery, you
name.
know, in 2 days if you lost. With this, you can wait 50 years.
But I'm willing
does
to
that mean
bet
that the
that's
doctor
the
gives you a
least
new
of your
name?
worries at that moment in time. If they bring you back 400 or 500 years from now, you're not going to be worried about a social security number, probably.
Ain't nobody. Look, first off, ain't nobody coming back after 400 or 500 years. I don't give a shit what technology you got. No fucking way. No way, bro. Has anybody ever been brought back to life? Let's try that. I doubt it.
Doubtful.
Not only that, if you are, let's say you need extra treatment, how are you going to afford it? all your money is now spent, and you probably don't have the capabilities to get a job in this
Well,
new.
no, not technically your money is spent, because if you think about the whole time that you're sitting there, you're getting the interest from the account, right? The account is making money.
No,
If you
you're
have
putting your
millions of
faith-
dollars in this account, they're going to make you
You're putting-
millions of dollars through the years.
You're putting your faith in the idea that you're going to wake up in a utopian
Right.
world where that money
Ain't gonna
doesn't count anymore, and they're just going to take care of you for free.
Chironics. Doctors say that it is quite literally impossible for a completely frozen person to make a recovery. Reanimation or simulation is an objectively false hope that is beyond the promise of technology and is certainly impossible with the frozen dead tissue offered by the cryonics industry. There's 300 people in Cairo sleep in California, 50 people in Russia, 100 in Europe, and more than 30 pets in Arizona. That's just a quick Google search.
Who thinks I'm going to save my dog by freezing my dog and waking up in 50
Bro,
years?
just get a new dog. Just get a new dog.
Yeah. Now you're dead and your pet is alive. What did you
Hey,
solve?
I mean, that people
To come out of
cloning
cryonics and then be homeless and walking around the street just to get ran over by a truck. Great.
Back to square one again.
Fucking stupid. And how much
Back
are you paying a
into-
month for your stupid fucking pet being frozen? How much? Tell you what, I'll make some shit with some ice cubes and you give me that money. I'll keep them frozen. The fuck out of here.
Just throw him in the bathtub, throw some ice on it, be fine.
That's it. A couple of weeks
100K
later,
a
you're
year.
good.
Yeah,
you've got
and then-
people. You've got people stuffing pets. You get people cloning pets and freezing pets, apparently. So yeah,
Yeah, the
Let me ask you
stuffing
something.
I haven't.
Let me ask you a moral question. Bree says, in her will, when I die, I want Jay to stuff me. What do you think? You think that should be illegal?
No.
If you could do it for animals, why can't you do it for humans?
You think you
Same
can stuff
concept.
people? You're saying that it should be legal to stuff people?
Yeah, why not?
You don't think
Yeah.
it'd be creepy to go and stuff?
Oh,
It would be
yes.
creepy. The
But it's
animal
the same
stuff
for the
is creepy
animals.
to begin
Yeah,
with.
it's-
I don't think
level.
animals being stuffed are creepy, like a stuffed jaguar or tiger. I don't think
It looks cool, but in the back of your mind, you're going, okay, this room is now full with dead animals.
Yes.
I don't know. That doesn't creep me out. Like a dead antler on a wall or a fucking
Okay.
jackalope.
So you
Again,
would get
it's like
creeped
a
out
mummy,
if Bree was
because the
frozen
animal-
in a position.
but it's more like a mummy because the animal, that's just the fur. That's the
That's it.
Yeah.
outside.
And it's not a person. Like I think people have to understand this. When you've seen enough of dead people, that's not them.
No.
Like, you understand? Like when
Yeah.
I saw Air, that's not her. Like that's her body, but that's
Oh.
not her. That's just a flesh
See-
vessel.
That goes back to the cryogenics, is how much of you is still in there.
Yeah, and what you
Because
just
you
said,
died. You died. At that moment, you died. And then they put you in a freezer.
the thing about that's not you anymore. That works for both sides, for people who believe and for people who don't, because
And what?
people who believe go like, oh, the spirit, the soul is gone.
Sure.
People who don't believe is like, oh, there's no longer electric
Right, no one's there.
activity in the brain, so
It's just- it's
nobody's
just-
home anymore.
It's just the flesh. It's the. It's like
See,
so you only
that's-
know that person by looks. You don't know that person inside. Of course not. We all want to say I know that person who they are, not what they are, right? So if you want to stuff a person and put them in your living room on the couch,
Just
I think it's
Well,
a
if it's-
little fucking creepy. Like I think it's a little weird.
We're talking in one position, or you're talking about opposable?
Nah, they don't
one?
move. Nah, they
no,
don't
you
move.
can't move. They're stuck. They have wire in them
that's-
to hold them in place. There's piping in at least for the animals there is. I don't know. I
Foam,
guess for the
styrofoam.
yeah.
Used to do it with
If
rag.
you put it over a mannequin that has those joints,
Opposable.
no, but you
Well,
have
it's not
one.
like the skin stays flexible. I think, or not as flexible as it is on a living.
No,
thing.
but if that you wouldn't need that, right? If you think about it, if you would, presumably you would dress up the person, right? You wouldn't have it stuffed naked in your living room. You
Okay.
probably clothed it. So you only need the hands,
And the face.
the head, and maybe the feet if you want to give like sandals.
So
I
then,
don't
what's the
know.
difference if you took someone's dead body and stuffed them versus you had an exact mold made of silicone of that person? What's the difference?
I think the second one will be more acceptable than the
Why?
first one
Why?
because
It's
Because
not
an
them.
actual dead body. It's not a dead body.
both of them are not them. Both of them are not them.
It's not a dead body.
That's the only thing that I could think of. It's not a dead body. It's okay to have somebody who you can have something that's made out of silicone just sitting on your couch, but having the actual dead body stuffed with things so that way it's
Again, the stuff thing, it's not like they just leave everything on. They skin you. They actually
Right.
peel your skin off of your body, make a styrofoam mold, and pull
Right.
that skin over it and pop some eyes into it.
that's it. It's still weird, but I
But
don't
it's
see
still
why
not a dead body.
it's part of a dead body though, Matthew. You took the skin off of a dead body. It's a dead body. You mean to tell me
So-
Fido over there that they turned into a freaking you
Then
know
we're talking fur. Then it's a person's fur
That's
instead
the
of
skin.
skin.
That's not a
if
dead
that's more
body.
comfortable.
Dead body would be with meat on it, the bones in there, and some organs or no organs. Whatever.
These are semantics now. We're arguing about semantics now. You're taking something from a dead body and putting it onto a styrofoam
Yeah.
body. You're
But that's
still,
still-
it's still
but
dead
it's not.
skin.
But it's not the person anymore.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's
It's
not.
a visual representation of the person.
Exactly.
Which is
So
no
then
different
they-
than doing a silicone doll or a fuck
Right.
doll.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
Well, the intent is different. Definitely.
Apparently,
that-
taxidermy in humans has been going around since the year 200, bro.
Mhm.
Like,
Well,
it
and
don't-
we looked at
and
the
the- and the
pictures, right?
reason-
Pictures are also real.
yeah, with the babies, yeah. And
Whoa.
the weird thing is, it's usually what stops it is not so much ethical. It is a thing, but it's legal and cultural is what stops it.
Huh.
Because
Interesting.
because I guess culturally we accept that when someone's dead, they're gone. But ethically, you wouldn't say stuff a human because that's them, but that's not them. When you go to a funeral and you look at that person in a casket,
It's not
to
them.
me, I see why people were emotional, but at the same time, I'm more emotional on the fact that they're actually gone, not that's them. You know what I mean? Like it's not
Yeah. Same.
like
Or you're
in the
emotional
casket.
about.
It's the last time you're gonna see them, yes, but take a picture with them. That's why people think I'm fucking weird when I go to wakes because I'll do selfies with them.
There's a
Is
lot
it
of
the
people I know
body?
that do that.
Is it the body
Some
you're
people find that
emotional
weird.
over, or is it the memories of that person that when it was alive that you're emotional over? It's not that dead body.
Yeah, no, it's not the dead body at all.
It's the memories and the feelings and everything
Sure,
that
Yeah.
you
sure.
get.
I feel like
emotional
that's
over.
more powerful. Again, bringing up air. The cop said, "Are you sure you want to see her?" Yeah. You sure it's your daughter? No, it's not. She's gone. That's it. That's just the body.
Yeah.
And you know, I'll just put this on record. The little dark humor in here. You know, movies where they be doing this shit with the eyes. You can't do that with dead people.
No. Yeah.
About
doesn't
moving
work.
the eyelids.
You can't do that shit, man. Those eyes just spring right back like the lady's eyebrow and with the doc with Adam Sandler, where he pushes it down and it flings right back up. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, no, it don't.
that's
It
bad.
don't go down.
They usually glue them shut.
Yeah, crazy gloom. Yep. They don't go down like that. Try it. Try it. You're gonna be there all day.
Where am I gonna try it? How?
I don't know. I'm sure you're gonna go to a wake sometime in your future.
Yeah.
When you're taking a selfie,
anyone-
try to be like, yo, wink real quick. And then you just kind of hold his eyelid down. It ain't gonna move. Well, first off, that
I
body
think it's
is
stone shut.
yeah, that's no good. But No,
Does
they crazy
anyone
glue.
know that guy that's playing around with the eyes? Like, is he with the family or?
That's his son, bro. Let him be. Whatever.
It's okay.
The last time. Play with his nipples.
Yeah, no, that's just playing with dead bodies. Like, imagine having that job. Like, you're the
That's
are
what
they
Bree
called?
wanted to do. Mortician.
Morticians. Yeah,
That's
Really?
what
that's just,
Bree wanted to. She went to school for it and everything.
oh, she did.
Oh,
That's
so
cool.
cool.
I don't. Oh,
I mean, you play
I
dress
think
up with it. You got to dress it, put makeup on it. So it's
yeah.
like
You also have
having
to fix. You're like a plastic surgeon. You also have to fix a lot of damage. Like if they got into an accident, you have to fix that
Yeah.
face.
yeah.
I think the biggest issue will be, are morticians also in the room now for the
No,
service?
no.
I couldn't do that, standing around for the service
No,
and
they're
fake
in the
sadness
basement.
for X amount of hours.
They're
I
in the
couldn't do
No,
basement.
you don't
that.
need to. No. And these people get money. They get paid lovely. They
Oh,
get
yeah.
And
paid
on the bright
lovely.
side, your client is not gonna complain.
So that means you could do anything, is what
family
you're telling
could.
me.
The family could.
Yeah. Said lipstick's too bright.
Hold on. What are they going to complain?
Matthew
know.
complained
Yo.
about his grandma. I complained about air.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You made her look like a whore, bro. What the fuck? No one signed up for this shit.
Wig was on all like a bear cap, and then she wore.
So that means that he was a shitty mortician, or she, whatever.
No, they try to make them as pretty as they can be, but make them more natural. That's my take on it. Make them look like how they were when they were born.
Yeah,
I'm-
that, and
I'm
that's
willing-
why, as dark as it may seem, you're better off seeing the person and remembering them the minute after they die than going back after a week or anything and going to greet them because they have that ivory translucent color, which,
Chalky.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
it's a
that's one
weird
of those-
color.
That's one of those images you can never get out of your head, you know?
Nope.
Seeing somebody in a casket or someone right before they died, like right when they died, that's
Mhm.
dude, I could draw some pictures like
Huh. I thought it would be more male dominated, but it's 60-40.
What, being
That's-
morticians?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I would think it would be more male dominated.
Interesting.
Because at that point you're not looking at, and there's no connection.
Right.
You're fixing up something, so it becomes more distant, which would also attract more males than females. I would see more females doing the carrying or consoling people at a service than men. That's why I said doing the service, and they're just getting paid to look sad for X amount of hours in a day as a job. That sounds
No.
weird, and I don't think I could.
I've
do it.
never, even at my father's, I never met the mortician. Ever.
Really.
That's more the Undertaker that has to do that.
Yeah, the Undertaker is the only person that I met, other than the guy from the funeral home. The
Yeah,
the
but
guy
over here
who
it's
set everything up.
sometimes the same person.
Possibly, but the Undertaker
Yeah.
was the guy. He literally, like, I was sitting there, having conversation with him. He's like, I get paid just to take the body from here to here. That's it.
And not to laugh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
not to laugh.
you're just standing there looking sad.
Oh, not even sad, emotionless.
Well, that makes you wonder how
Yeah,
that
but
person is mentally. No.
I
guess
think
he
after
doesn't-
a while,
he doesn't
you
care 'cause it's
kind of
not his-
dissociate yourself from it.
Yeah,
It's
because
a
it's not
mental
your family
dissociation.
member or anything that you're taking. You're just taking. I get it. Yeah, that makes sense. Still weird. It's like, what's your
Oh.
job? Oh, I drive the body from here there.
Yeah, but it's weird. But name me another occupation that you're 100% sure that will never ever disappear.
Yeah, I mean, people die every day, right? So
Yep.
you're always
one
going to have a
occupation
job.
that will never disappear.
Yeah, that's one of them, right? Mortician or
Undertaker.
Undertaker, that's never gonna go away, presumably.
And a doctor, you know,
Now, if anything, you say that they get more. You're going to need more and more of them because the population keeps rising. So I'd say that
Yeah.
name. I think the better question is name an occupation to where not only is it recession proof, but it will continually grow.
Yeah.
You know, like it will all like the more people that are born. Now, one can use the argument in Japan that would be a terrible occupation because no one's having
Yeah.
babies,
Going down.
right? But in
Location,
China
location,
or
location.
India or United States, 3 most popular countries. That's a line of work right there. That
A hairdresser or a barber is one of those.
During
Nah, 'cause you
COVID,
could
a
do
lot of
without
people
it.
for women. Yeah.
you could do without. You
For
could
women,
catch your
it's
own
different. For men, I don't think so.
no.
shit. What are the
I
3
don't
things
think-
they say? Is porn, tobacco, and alcohol are recession proof. 100% recession proof, no matter what.
Could even argue that during the recession, they're even more wanted than before the
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah, because now you're desperate.
Especially alcohol.
A desperate man is a dangerous man, right?
Yep.
Willing to do anything.
recession.
That's nuts.
Yeah, Bree just sent me an article about. I'll send it to you in Discord about cryogenics and a crazy story. Yeah, but they've never brought anybody back. So if I'm going to sign up for it, if you could show me, take somebody out that didn't pay last month's rent, take them out and bring them back, and then I'll sign up for it. Until then, I'm good.
The weird thing is that you can bring somebody back, like in some circumstances, special circumstances, like a child, a smaller body, whatever. They go in ice cold water and they don't actually freeze, but they get preserved. And there have been people brought back after several hours.
Yeah, but what happens after 8 minutes and no oxygen?
Well, after hours,
And they were fine?
they were reanimated. Yeah,
No,
but
no.
it's
No,
it's
like
a
your
specific
brain, because your
set of
brain needs
circumstances.
oxygen. Anything after 5 minutes, your brain dies with no oxygen.
Done.
Apparently,
Unless they came back out with brain damage.
Chris said it's 4 minutes. Yeah, I don't know how someone would be brought back to life and be totally cognitive without oxygen. Your brain needs oxygen to survive. So anything that I'm not saying that they haven't brought people back. I want to know, are they home? Because probably not. People that drowned for 7 minutes brought back to life, and they're about as smart as a potato.
Right. Which is
It's
because of
not-
the oxygen.
It's not common. You have to have a specific set of circumstances, and when you read about it, it's usually younger person or children because the body is smaller. So
what
there
Bree
are a
just said
set
in
of
chat.
circumstances.
What
That's
Bree
true.
said in chat makes no sense, and that happened a lot. Where you wake up speaking some other shit that makes you believe that there are. Here we go, multiple dimensions. I got nothing. If you've never heard a language before and you're from America and you're waking up speaking Mandarin,
Something's weird. Something's up.
well, science
That would
can't
freak me
explain.
out.
Watch this. Science can't explain it.
Nope.
God can't explain it. What else you got?
Well, the closest will be that second one.
God?
Yeah.
Well, why do you need to know?
So he gave you the
Mandarin when
power to
you're in
speak
America?
Mandarin.
And
Why-
that's
why
not
would
even
that be? Oh, to prove that God exists?
Yeah. You can't explain it with science.
That's not even exclusive to coma patients. You have people who
No.
get brain damage and know
Yeah.
to do other stuff, or get an aneurysm, and all of a sudden,
Yeah, there's
personality
been
change.
people that went different, right? They went from right-handed to left-handed just from getting some kind of brain damage.
Being able to
And
play the
suddenly
piano.
they're writing with the other hand fluently. Never done
I
it
like that
before.
spin you did there, because usually the argument is you could prove God by things that have happened or things that are currently happening by prayer. But if nothing happens and science can't explain it, it has to be God. But if it's not gone, it's not science. I don't know why you waking up knowing Mandarin would be.
That would be weird.
I don't know. To me, that is just strange. And you've never heard it. Nope. And you have people that get amnesia, right? And then they forget everything, but they remember basic fundamental things: how to shower, how to brush your teeth. But their memory is.
Then you
shot.
could go along with purpose as well, right? This person, let's say someone on this panel, let's hope not, gets something to his head and he's now immediately fluent in Mandarin. What do you think your chances are for visiting China? Because that sets in motion a different plan now. You now are fluent in Mandarin. What are the chances that you're gonna visit?
I'm gonna go crazy here. I'm gonna go crazy here. I don't know if you're gonna like this spin. What are we? 3 hours in?
2 hours.
All right. I'll try one thing. So what if the argument is someone that wakes up? Watch how I spin this. Someone that wakes up and they're Mandarin, right? They're speaking Mandarin now. Yeah. What if a transgender's that way? They're both mental.
Yes. But there was nothing significantly happened to them physically that caused that change. There was no brain damage.
They wake up and they're a different person now. They're a woman. What about now? Why is that any different than the person that can speak Mandarin? We automatically assume that that's negative because that is not what it is. But that person was American, speaking English their whole life. They're 40 years old. They wake up, they speak Chinese.
The only difference
and only Chinese.
To me is the cause and effect rule. There was a cause for it. There was the brain thing, and that's the effect of it. With the other person, they just went to bed and there was nothing that happened to them. That's even more closer to God now. Because there was no cause for it. They just woke up differently.
No. I'm talking about not a transgender. I'm talking about a person that's in a coma that wakes up and they believe that they're a woman. That's what I'm saying.
Still the same thing, right?
Well, are they a woman?
No.
What if it?
Well, but they're mine. But that person's not Chinese.
But what if what happens is there's someone else's soul went into that body and then has all their memories?
No, because the soul is the memories. You can't mix and match. What
Why
makes
not?
you?
I thought the memories were in your brain.
The electric impulses are, but what makes you is all your experiences combined and all your personal relationships and all your history. That makes you, and that's the total package. That's now your soul.
So, but if I come back and I'm speaking Mandarin, that means that there's an Asian guy in my body.
Changed. Yeah, but your language changed, but it's still you. You still have the accumulations of
because
all
the soul used my memories.
Yeah, but your soul is intact. Your language skills changed. It's still you. It's not a different soul.
Because that soul only spoke Mandarin.
No, but the soul is the entire package. You just can't take one thing out, and now it's a different person.
No, I don't think so.
Your language skills changed. It's still you, Spade. You just
the only difference is that you speak a different language.
Yeah.
I think because you wrote in chat. They always try to do this. Always try to do this.
Wait, what's the later sign? If this is the first one, what comes next?
You're saying this is the first coming or the second coming?
No, or listen to the first sign. So 4.8 is the first sign, right? What's the next one?
Trumpets is on Monday. Tomorrow is an eclipse.
Well, no, that okay. Then your second sign would be the trumpets, right? In the sky.
Oh,
first was the earthquake. Oh, she's saying first was the earthquake. The second one is the eclipse. Yeah, but you're still missing the trumpets. There's still much more to it than just that.
Well, some people are.
There's more to it than just. And again, people are just trying to take things and.
Well, if fear works, it's not a bad thing. I don't, even though I have my doubts. If you look
get right with God, if that's the case, Jordan, because you ain't believing right now, right?
No. That's individual stuff. That's just me preserving me. I'm talking more general population. If you look at religion as a whole, It's not really, besides the Dark Ages where you went around and didn't and start, but that's more the church that went around killing people that didn't believe. The set rules that you can take out of any religion, you can't really argue them. They're fairly good rules to live by for the most of them.
Actually, you know what? I don't think it'd be a bad thing if it was the end of the world. You know why? Well, let me explain why. This is gonna sound really selfish and narcissistic. The reason why I don't want to die is because I don't want to leave people behind that I love, because I'll miss them forever.
But if you die altogether,
But if I die altogether, we're all good.
Wow.
that's a good way of looking at it. It is.
Depending on whether the rapture,
It's your time
whether
to go?
you get taken or not, right?
Well, that's why I've been trying to push God on you people, so you could come
Well,
with
it's
me.
only two. It's only two. Spade is in, unless God presents him with one last challenge, and it's fish.
John, are you coming with me? Are you going to accept God today, or what? Are you coming with me? Wow, bro,
yes. I like the fact.
Wow, bro.
I like the fact of dying altogether for some weird reason, because I wouldn't cause anyone a harm.
So do you
in that
accept
regard.
Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior?
I'll take that over science.
I'm not asking you to take that over science. Say to me you accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior and mean it.
Yes.
No, you got to say that.
Say it.
Oh. Jesus? No. God? Yes.
No, Jesus. I need the. You got to accept
Why
Jesus.
specifically Jesus?
That's what you got to do.
Okay. Give me the line again so I can mean it, please.
I accept Jesus as my Lord and Savior.
I accept Jesus as my Lord and Savior.
That's it. John's coming with. Matthew, with us? You coming with?
If it's the way I think it.
Oh, no
yeah.
ifs and buts.
No. There is no if and ands. Are you coming with?
I'm a bit of an asshole, so I may go to another place first.
You're not going to come with me, Bree, and John? You're not going to come?
I wanna, but
Well, let's say it then.
who's to say? I might end up somewhere else.
Let me get an amen. Let me get something.
That's
Come on,
not
you
true,
repent.
Matthew. That's not
You
true
can repent.
because the way Jesus says it is, regardless of what you did in your whole life, right? Regardless of what you did, as long as you repent right before you die, you're still going up. So it doesn't really matter. You could be saying no right now, but right when you're about to die, you're like, yeah,
That's
I do.
I don't believe in.
I don't like that thing specifically. Why
that's
I
what they
don't,
say.
yeah, but I don't like that because now it's completely motivated by selfish reasons.
Of course it is.
Yeah, I don't
Look at
like
when-
that. You had an entire lifetime to find it. No. You just don't get it in front of the line just because you saw a way in. And
That's it.
no,
But that's what it is,
cheating.
though, Jordan.
Well,
Look,
that's
Jesus-
Catholicism. That's Catholicism.
So you're meaning to you believe that you can be the worst person on the planet, and then
And if you
a good
repent-
person that never asked for
I don't think you get a pass.
Jesus to be savior. So the good person that never believed in Jesus to be savior, he's not getting in. But the worst
Why
person
won't you say
ever
it,
in
Matthew?
history,
Why won't
he
you
can
say it?
get
Because
in.
we're live on a panel? That's why you won't say it, Matthew? You better send me a voice message when we're done with this stream of you saying it. I will write you off. We are
This
done.
is not easy.